Streaming it.
Stream it, baby.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Well, that's what I was kind of saying before too. Like, I am very much purposefully using our little Isle of Iacron as kind of a bit of a noob starter isle, if you will, just so we can kind of collectively learn the things.
Yeah.
And I can save a little bit of prep time by stealing a bit from some of the bits and pieces from some of like the pre-made adventure paths and shit.
Dude, just like going over and distinguishing what the difference between skill feats were, class feats were. What else? There was
that's
other things where you had to unlock.
It's kind of like it's a little bit daunting at first. I mean, I think the in-game server filter, like for filtering different stuff that you would want access to, makes browsing through it a lot easier than like the OneNote or the book.
Yeah.
But there's like little gotchas, like I was telling Dave, some of the spell casting feats you have to be careful because they give you a thing, but they might have an action point cost to them to be able to like utilize the thing, right?
Yeah.
But like one of the fundamental things about Pathfinder 2e that I really love, which admittedly is a bit daunting, is like every facet of your character kind of has its own branching pathway of choices as you level. So like if you look at the advancement table for your class, no matter what you end up doing, your core class's advancement table is like your path from 1 to 20, all the things you're going to get.
Yeah.
But the one thing with the archetypes is that at any point, instead of a class feat, you can choose to branch into an archetype.
Which is awesome.
Instead of your class feat, you take that archetype's dedication, which is very much in itself a feat.
Yeah.
And then you have access to both your core class and that archetype's feats forevermore whenever you gain a new class feat.
Dude, it's the seasoning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like pepper that in.
But the cool thing is like that logic holds true for any skills you're trained in with the skill feats, any race, aka ancestry that you are. So like you could have a party all of dwarf fighters, and they could all be very, 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 very different by level 2. Because like unlike in D&D or Old Pathfinder, all dwarfs don't come with the same flavor, based on like the heritage you take and the ancestry feats. You have to choose things like stone skin, poison resistance, extra toughness, and like it's more like you have a toolkit of options, and not every dwarf is born the same.
Yeah, I think the only thing with the archetype stuff, which is arguably amazing, but there's a lot of prerequisites, and at least for my class, there was only maybe a handful that were actually things that I could spec into because of how where my skill points are at. Not to say that like it couldn't change and I couldn't purposefully like spec into stuff to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting though.
Lots to learn. And there might be some things we don't do on this first round of characters or this early on, but I have been trying to use, if you guys kind of click around on the tabs up top, I think over to like the journal, down at the bottom there's that quest log, and so I've been trying to kind of populate, but you can I think you can kind of like
I love that
and manipulate stuff.
Where is that?
It's on the journals tab at the very bottom. There's a quest log.
A reminder: you can double click the tops of your tabs to minimize your tabs.
Yeah.
If you don't have to keep searching for
them. And then the other thing I thought I would do, because like I love this. My notes are sprawled out everywhere, but I think if you look there, I shared a couple things like a faction for the Rovers, which is the pirate crew. But you guys can edit this stuff. I've made you owners. Like I'm gonna ask that you don't like delete stuff, but just use it as your collective way to like put notes down, and like maybe when you unlock something new, I'll just make the starter one. But then you can
I see
add on to it more.
And where is that at that you're talking about?
You're talking about specifically with the Rovers there.
Yeah, so like in that journals thing, anything that's got like a color bar and a name, you might be able to click and expand to kind of open it up, accordion style.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
So there's like
The Rovers. I
factions
see
in
it.
there right
I
now.
see. Yes.
So like, let me actually. Alec mentioned the Order of the Nail.
I love it. It links to the character. Oh, sorry.
And then like, so I'll just add a couple others in there.
Wow, that's so fucking cool.
Just testing the water, but yeah, I'll probably add more stuff in here. And it's the same with like this on the map here, like the ancient keep little button. You can edit that if you want to add notes to it or something.
I just realized this, but I didn't. The rain that's falling is actually there's if you look at the peripherals, you can see it hitting the board.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the relative rates are not the same, but that's okay.
We'll take it.
Yeah, it's still awesome. It's really fun. Yeah, that's really cool. Wow, that's awesome, man. The more I'm just really impressed with Foundry. I know I keep saying it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Holy shit.
So, Klug, do you have audio right now, or are you?
I do. I'm listening. Sorry, I was watching something.
So I tried to put like the things that are sort of on your radar right now, and be gentle on me while we get back into stuff. But essentially, you've all been living in this island town, this pretty remote fucking place. I mean, it's active enough that there's a little bit of a community around the town. And don't take the map to scale. There's like probably other little shanty villages and huts and camps all around like the main port here. But Orosh, your friend, your employer, your mentor, your relationship varies. He kind of hooked up this sort of meet and greet with the pirate crew that's been in town, the Rovers, and you all wanting to kind of get an in with them and make Orosh proud. You could tell that he had some sort of like old relationship with the captain of this pirate group. He outlined a few things that you could do to kind of sway some influence and make a bit of a splash as you attempt to join them when they eventually leave this place. And the first thing that you went off to do was the supplies for pirates up to the northeast here. Locals kind of have some stigma about branching too far out inland in this island. Most people kind of keep pretty close to town. And the one thing you knew about the north was that it was quote unquote a bit haunted, and people don't usually go past like the abandoned galleon ships that are rotting on the coastline there. Because there's this old necromancer's tower that sort of watches over that inlet up there, and there's this strange old temple or keep in the mountains. Long story short, you went to those ships to try to salvage some old parts for the rovers, planks, anchors, and old mast shit like that. Orosh seemed to be pretty intimately aware of the stuff that you would be able to find there, so much so that he even knew that you could find a buried old compass. You recovered that. You did a little bit of clever insight and kind of put two and two together, and the little bandit pirate group that you encountered on the beach there, who was not part of the rovers, had some map that you used to kind of make the compass, which didn't point north, point towards the watchtower. And the one thing that you were able to eavesdrop before you embarked on this little mission was that this captain, Captain Renrath, you overheard him and Orosh arguing about something called like scatter stones, and Orosh indicated that he was obsessed about them, etc., etc. You don't know much about these things. You've maybe heard about them a little bit here and there. You found the quartermaster who had originally gone to check these ships out, imprisoned by these bandits on the beach. But you were able to save him, free him, send him back with some supplies. But he kind of sent you off after the navigator of the rovers, who, along with a couple others of the crew, had gone to kind of peek their noses into the ancient keep to the northwest. Whether it was of their own interest or because they had other plans, you don't really know. You just know that he's been missing since before the quartermaster got imprisoned by those bandits. So you've been exploring that keep, which is infested and overrun with all manner of creatures. And you ran into this human, this knight type character named Alec, who called himself an Armitage in the Order of the Nail, a subfaction of the Seekers. And he seemed very proper, wielded some really old looking armor and an old greatsword, and you came upon him ritualistically kind of killing these devil imps in some ritual chamber in this place. And he indicated that he was here slowly exploring the ruins of this place because he believed his great grandfather was once a member of the original Order of the Seekers, and then he thinks this might have been one of their original outposts. So you kind of made nice with him and helped him finish some other imps that came through. And since then, for not too long now, you've been kind of making your way together through the keep, trying to explore it. He's after anything he can find about his grandfather or the Seekers that might have inhabited this place, and he's just kind of looking for any relics or mementos or documents, things of that nature. As far as I know, you guys are trying to help find the navigator, Calmont, halfling. Beyond that, Orochi hinted at a couple other things you might do. Like at some point, there was a citrus farm not too far northwest of town called the Dewfoot Farms, where citrus is a big export. A lot of the yes, fight that scurvy.
Yeah.
But let me load up this shit here.
I like that you called the quest Flight of the Navigator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
plus 5 DM points.
Thank you. I'll give myself hero points. So the other thing I'll try to be more cognizant of is hero points. You all start every session with 1 hero point. You can use a hero point at any time to basically re-roll a dice, whether it's like a damage, a check, an attack roll. The other thing you can do is you can spend however many hero points you have, like to do a basically to nullify the dying and wounded effects that would come from being taken down. So you could gain more hero points for doing things like super on brand for your characters, but it's just one of those things where kind of like advantage or inspiration in 5th edition.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember to get in there.
It's all good.
You could certainly throw it out there if you like at times if you think you earned one, but don't be too heavy-handed with it or I'll smack you down. And the other thing I didn't realize, let me just add a couple notes here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so some of you have focus spells or focus abilities. I think it's just Pitch and Rhaegar.
Oh yeah.
But the thing I didn't realize is that you can, at any point that you're able to take 10 minutes to kind of like do something, again, kind of on theme for your character, you can perform a refocus ritual and gain a maximum of 1 focus point back. At any time you're able to do that. So I think that makes, sort of like the wild shape stuff that you were doing, Casey, totally valid. Like at one point we weren't sure if you were able to shapeshift that many times. But like, we can assume that maybe you stopped and formed a bit of a ritual before you shifted again. And Dave, on yours, I noticed something else as well. If you look at the description for yours, it's not just an attack or a weapon, but you actually gain some resistance too while it's active. Yeah. So FYI on that. Klug, for you, I had to remember a lot of things about alchemists. But yeah, basically,
same.
Your preparation stuff. You can make the infused reagents. You can make your your advanced alchemy, which gives you like 2 times of whatever things you make. But then it almost felt like you may or may not want to keep some infused reagents so that you can do the quick alchemy for more like on-demand creations.
I remember that. Like after resting, I could make like more with fewer, but then I kept a couple so that way I can make them on demand. But I don't get like 2 per. I just get 1
right.
per.
You just get the 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I learned about, because bombs, I kept forgetting. I put like a little note to self in here. But bombs are basically a 20-foot ranged attack as a thrown weapon. But the important thing to denote, and I'm going to try to stick to this because I think it affects enemies just as much as it affects you, and it makes for interesting options in combat. But the sort of annoying but realistic kind of thing is like, with torches, unless you're using like a light spell or something, you would have to, or you have some other thing, you would have to have a torch take up one of your hands. And essentially, anytime you need to like retrieve something or you want to change a weapon, it's an interact action, which is like 1 action point. But I think like stashing something or way of dropping it is a free action. So for bombs, as an alchemist, technically drawing a bomb out from your inventory is an action, and throwing it is a strike is another action.
Except I got my bombs on my bandolier, not in my inventory.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, so let me look at bandolier, because I remember they kind of give you
cool.
like quick access, right? If you're carrying a bandolier can be allowing you to draw the tools as part of the action that requires them. I don't know if like weapons count, because it does specifically, sort of refer to different types of tools. Do you tell you what, on the side, do me a Google search, see if you can find anything talking about bandoliers and weapons or bombs.
It allows you to draw the tools as part of the action that requires them. Okay, yeah, let me look at it.
So I wonder if like sheath, because I know like maybe that's the appeal of like a sheath. A sheath lets you easily carry weapons on person.
I need a sheath because I do not have one.
All right, well, somebody, if you can on the side, look into like sheaths and bandoliers and whether that affects drawing weapons and stuff. The other thing for you, when and if you get into like any poison stuff, is that you can apply poisons to as many weapons as you have poison for, and it's usually like it depends on the it depends on the trait of the poison. But like for instance, I think some of them have like a striking, or they're applied on damage, essentially is how it's described as the trait. And so it's kind of specific about it being a piercing or a slashing weapon in order to apply it properly. And on a failed strike with that weapon that's been coated in that poison, you don't lose the poison charge, but it doesn't hurt them in any way. If you get a critical fail on a strike with that weapon, you lose the poison on it.
Right.
But basically when it does succeed. So I think it basically lasts as long as your shit does, which is like for the whole day. So you could technically apply some poisons on your shit, someone else's shit. You don't have to be the one to apply the poison either. Like you can give someone poison and they can apply it. Yeah. I looked into that. That's true.
But it takes like a full turn to do it. So
it's like 2 actions. I think most poisons it's like 2 actions to coat it.
Oh.
Which is why I'm saying like with alchemy poisons, you can technically apply it out of combat.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know it lasted that long. I just assumed it was like, it only lasts for a few rounds or some shit.
No, yeah, it's different than rogue poisons. It's interesting.
Oh, it's you apply it and you only have like 3 charges, like 3 slices of a sword, and then the poison's gone or something. Like it ran out.
Right. And some of them I think are just like 1 charge only, actually.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well the other note to self is now that I've reread about how the fuck shields work, both of you wood shield bearers, I
Mhm.
think Daryl and Rhaegar,
Mm-hmm.
both of your shields are technically broken right now.
Oh, that's right, because it absorbed all this fucking damage rather than us taking damage. But
Yeah,
that broke.
yeah. So
Yeah.
whenever
I
your
have
shield
quick
HP,
repair.
correct. Yeah. So whenever your shield HP is less than or equal to the BT number, which is on your main little red ribbon left character sheet.
Okay.
Like both of you have a wood shield where the BT, the broken threshold 6. Whenever the hit points of the shields equal or less than that, it's technically broken. And actually, I'm noticing now it says broken on the thing. Like it's got a little broken
Okay.
flag on it.
On mine?
On both of yours. So if you look under the
Oh.
shield max HP,
Oh.
it shows it as broken. And I'm just gonna try real quick on like Rhaegar's. If
I
I
don't
bump it
see
back
mine.
to 7.
I see the
Oh, yeah, it's not-
BT.
Yeah. So you
I
see
don't see.
above
Yeah.
above BT.
Yeah. Shield max
You see the
HP.
broken?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I do see that. Yeah.
So it's
Man,
checked.
alright,
It's filled in because the
Yep.
HP went below that threshold.
I see that. Okay.
So
Good to know.
as long as it's not like destroyed, it can still be repaired. And basically, you just add health back to it, which is what Klug mentioned with his like
Okay.
quick repair, or if you have a crafting
It
skill.
takes an
and a repair
action
kit.
or some shit to do.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
But
Can anybody do that, or do you need a crafting kit?
so you just need a
skills?
repair kit.
Okay.
I don't know if
Take a look what I had. I don't think I do.
Fuck,
But
I don't know if I have one.
I don't think anyone does actually.
good to know.
Why do I go to battle without a repair kit? What?
We'll learn as we go here.
Yeah.
Baptism by fire.
Yeah, because
Damn
if
right.
you look under actions, and this is, I mean, I'll paste it again, but like I've got this up in a tab, and it's been my go-to for just like quickly searching stuff. But if you look at repair, the repair action, requirements is a repair kit, but you can basically spend, assuming you don't have quick repair, you can spend 10 minutes fixing a damaged item, and depending on your degree of success, you might restore 5 hit points or 10 hit points back to that item. If you critically fail, you could damage it worse.
Okay. Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
makes sense.
That
Cool.
is the way of the road.
Shield.
This is the way.
And yeah, I know we talked about bulk last time, and we did it right. Basically, excuse me.
We fixed it, right?
Yeah, like the encumbered value.
Mhm.
I think as long as you're equal to or less than that, you're fine.
Mhm.
But if you're over it,
You are encumbered.
So you are encumbered, which gives you, I think, like a -10 to your speed.
Cool.
Yeah, you gain clumsy 1 and take a 10-foot penalty to all of your speeds. And clumsy 1, text-based checks in DC. So you basically with clumsy, whatever the clumsy and the number is, you get a minus on like dexterity DCs, your armor class rating, reflex
Sounds
saves,
terrible.
ranged
Let's just
attack
not do that.
rolls, and skills. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And then the number at the max bulk, and like that's how much you can carry and still move at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Alec and you have kind of put down these giant rats in this side chamber here, hanging and sticking a leg out of the rat nest that sort of filled in the broken down wall on the western side here was a body. The body was not that decayed. You couldn't really tell who or what it is. It seemed like a human for the most part. But there were no distinguishing features, like a lot of the cloth and armor had been sort of torn and shredded and ripped away while the rats were probably feeding on this thing. The other thing I'll mention that I keep forgetting about as a thing is recall knowledge is a really grand way to identify creatures and like things you might know about them, like a lot more so than like the way we would have done it in D&D. So you might, there's different types of recall knowledge, like you might have done like a nature recall knowledge on these rats once you spotted them, and depending on how well you did, you might have learned like a couple of things that they could do, like whether or not they've got like a diseased bite or something like that. But like many things, that's an action point that you would have to spend in combat, kind of studying them and digging deep.
You know what though? To that point, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but like the second attack penalty is so large that it almost enforces you to like take those moments to perceive or do actions like
or
that.
raise
You know?
a shield, or and sometimes if you just like are desperate, like Alec, when I had him just swing 3 times in a row at that big fucking Growlodon lizard thing, he managed to hit that third -10 and like do big damage. So like you never fucking know. It's pretty interesting. But it's also like that's an easy way too, because of the degrees of failure and success. Like if you go for it, you could easily end up on a crit fail, lose the poison you have on the item, drop your weapon or some other shit, because you're automatically -10ing your attack roll, right? And so a crit fail is if you end up with a total that's 10 less than the armor class of that target.
Right. Yeah. So it's like having your chances.
Yeah, I like the options. It's pretty interesting. And I like the, like it's a little noodly, but like I said, I think, the fact that like an enemy would have to raise a shield and spend a point on that if they want to, or, take a stride. Like there's a lot of things that could affect them in interesting ways in combat for you all as well. Well, anyway, Alec kind of looks down as you recover a couple potions from the belt, and he says, well, should we keep exploring? I haven't really been into the northern portions of the keep here.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful we'll find something. And he kind of looks to the north. He looks to the partially open door to the east that you had started to go through. He says, please, I'm at your mercy. Which way would you like to proceed? And he's just sort of falling in line behind you all.
Oh, we did open that one door.
All right. Was his lips Alec?
I think we should go east. Makes the most sense.
East?
Of course, I guess all of us could kind of surround the door if we went north, which may make entering the room a bit easier.
Refresher. Could we get through this door?
I don't know that we tried.
I don't know that you tried. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up right next to it. I'm gonna hear what I hear. If I
Has
hear
anybody
anything.
opened this door?
I'm gonna listen.
All right. Make a perception check.
Percepting.
Wait. I'm not kidding.
Do I hear anything?
Can't do the fart noise as well as Clue can. Whoever does it. Is that you, Clue?
That's a good fart noise.
Who does that one? I want to know.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. It's so good.
You do not hear anything.
All right. I'm gonna step back and I'll be like, I've always wanted to try this, and I put my hand out like this, and I cast Mage Hand on the doorknob, and I have it like this spectral hand, like comes out, grasps the doorknob, and then just ever so slowly pulls the door open.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The door slowly starts to open.
Oh my god, that was so cool.
Nice trick.
You
was that the door?
That hinge is a bit rusty.
As the door opens, you kind of see before you what looks to be almost like a study chamber, maybe a clerk's chambers, rows of desks here and there, still partially bolted into the floor. many of them kind of appear almost like a study hall or a library, just like cramped workspaces that in parts have been smashed to bits and a bit defaced, broken chairs here and there, thrown aside like little playthings. You see a door much further to the north, and one to the northeast as well.
I look at Pitch and I say, "I'm not one for being quiet."
That's true.
And I kind of like nodded there, like, if you want to go first. If you want me to go first, I'm just gonna go in.
I got it. I give Alec a look, and I'm like, "Don't worry, I got it." And I'm gonna stealthily sneak into this room.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, so
It rolled off the 20. Oh,
You were
no.
like staring at Alec when you walked in, tripped over your toe or something.
Yeah. I like kind of stumbled and like I put my hand out on the door to like catch myself, and it kind of hit the back wall, and it made this loud.
Yeah, Alec kind of like makes a quick cringe face reaction.
I like start to walk in, and I just kind of do this. Well, I mean, maybe at this point, and I just kind of gesture at him.
He kind of nods and carefully steps over the threshold of the door frame. Looks and says, wonder if any of my great grandfather's writings are in this room. He starts to kind of just
did he
peer
write?
around. Maybe.
I'm gonna. I like walk by and are these all like, are some of them set, because you said some of them are like broken and like toppled down a little bit. Are there any that are like standing up? I want to like stick my head under and just see if I can see any like books, dilapidated books or parchment and stuff that's like on the ground.
Yeah. You like Alec is kind of like slowly strolling through as well, examining one table, one desk. You start to look under it. Let's say that goes on for a few minutes while you do that, and while Alec does his thing. Rhaegar, Daryl, you guys doing anything of note?
I'm gonna listen at this door.
While everybody's listening and looking, I use detect magic just to see if there's any illusion spells. Perfect time for Thomas.
Yeah.
He really just adds insult to injury, you know?
Yeah. Daryl, you start to lean against that eastern door and listen, but Mittens just kind of is like scratching, biting at your ear a little bit, just starting to distract you. You completely forget about, why you were even listening to this thing and instead kind of play with Mittens a little bit. I don't know what you're doing, but you're very distracted at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And then Rhaegar,
Mittens
sorry,
are
what are
great.
you doing? Well, everyone's
I was detecting
snooping
magic.
and sniffing.
In all my years of pillaging in a way, or looting, I know just to see if there's any illusions in here hiding anything. It's a 30-foot radius.
Yeah, you don't sense anything. And while you're doing that, Pitch, why don't you just give me a perception check as you continue to peek around.
It's like on the edge.
And then Alec is gonna make one as well here.
Well, I definitely don't think there's anything right here.
Yeah, none of you really spot anything. Rhaegar, it's like as all of this is kind of culminating and you feel out for some form of magic but get nothing. And I would like you to make a perception check as well.
Okay. Where is my buttons? Okay, perception. It says
that's the one that's not a skill.
It's
the
not
a niche.
yeah.
It's right above a niche.
Yeah, okay. And I pick a type.
Nope.
Oh god, dude, this is the worst. Every time.
Oh,
how
shit.
perceptive is that? I couldn't even find the button, but goddamn.
So you're like kind of like feeling out for the magic. You're just trying to find it, and you're scanning the room left, right, down, and then you slowly you start to smell something with your half-orc senses, And you start to look up and you notice that down the wall there's like this stain-caked white substance. Guano.
Bat.
And in that moment, with the noise kind of building up as books are being tossed around, etc., you hear like a screeching sound.
Oh shit.
Big bats.
Alec hears a flapping reaction. Oh shit! And he starts to like back away, kind of trying to get his sword back out. I need everyone to roll initiative.
That's Inish. That's the Inish one.
That's the Inish. Yeah, and for all of you guys, it's just gonna be perception in this moment. Actually, oh shit. Let me. I'll just reuse it later. I fucked up again.
Oh, we didn't do the thing
Do
in the channel tab.
Yeah. Well, I gotta. It's okay. I can fix it after. But I just.
What kind of initiative is it? Perception?
Perception. Yeah.
I also asked that over your shoulder. I wasn't kidding. Hey, how do you say shit in Druidic?
I know. I'm trying to remember how to write things places. So give me a second.
Okay, you did 11. And Rhaegar, you got a 19. I'm just gonna click it to replace it dirty style. That doesn't count for anything. Deleting it. And then you got a 13. Yours is good. Wow, 31.
Jesus, 31.
Nat 20.
0.5.
Nat 20.
Hell.
So, oh yeah, I gotta tell Rhaegar something on the sly here. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you say something in Druidic. I'm going to try to mimic it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the slow.
Like this?
I'm just like growling at this time.
I hope I said it right.
Oh, I know.
Okay. All right. Sorry. 1 second. So this thing is up in like the rafters right now, about 20, 25 feet up. And it just immediately squawks down to like hovering right above Alec's face. And Alec is doing everything he can. He's looking at books. I gotta assume in between combat, unless we'll find a rhythm for it, right? But I know in Alec's case, he's not holding a great sword with two hands and looking at books, right? So this is a case where he's gonna have to use an action point on his turn just to get his sword back in his fucking hands. This bat flies down using one action point to hover above Alec. Let's get some more combat-y shit going here.
Oh yeah. Ooh yeah.
And then, let's see if I target him. So he's targeting Alec. He's going to first strike at him with like his wings, almost like flapping down and smacking his wings forward at him. Striking for the first time.
Ooh.
Alec is able to kind of quickly dodge beneath the wing strike. But as he recoils away, like the big fangs of the bat come clamping down towards Alec's right arm with a penalty for a second attack. And misses there as well. Okay. That is it for the giant bat. Alec uses an interact action to get his sword out after dodging all that madness. He is going to target the bat, of course. And let's see. He's kind of a little bit taken aback. So he's gonna just make a single normal melee strike with the greatsword. Just barely fucking connects. And does some slashing damage. Whew, shit. So that is 15 damage to the bat. I don't think he really has anything too defensive, so he's just gonna swing again with penalty and misses. Rhaegar, what are you doing?
All right. Let's see. So I have javelins. I have to ready one. What? That's an action, right?
So it's an action to if you're getting, and let's just say if you got a bunch of javelins, you kind of grab like the bundle of them in one hand. That's fine.
Okay.
So that's an action. Yep.
Grab and I throw one at the bat from where I stand.
And you can, I think, double right click him to target him. Is that right?
That's right. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm slow here. Give me a second. Where's the button? Oh yeah. I can do it up here. I keep going to my character sheet, so then I can go to javelin. This.
Just barely missed. Yeah.
Okay. That sucks. Well, that's fun. I don't think I've hit much that I can remember here. Sorry, I'm trying to. I know I have one more thing I can do.
So you could, if you wanted to, throw it again. That's the
like minus 10.
The -5. No. So the first one, what did you do? You did.
Oh, it is -5. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Javelin.
Then if you did a third one, it would be -10.
Okay. All right. Then yes, I have one other javelin, and I chuck it at him.
Oh shit, son! So because it's a natural 20, it takes it from a success to a critical. So you just, and I kind of want you guys to like own your own narrative descriptions. Yeah. So
I throw the first one, and the bat you see just go like they flutter around so spastically. The next one I kind of pull it back, and I listen to its wings flap in the air, and I almost just feel one with it. And I lead it just right with the spear, and it goes right through its left eye.
Okay, so make sure you click the critical damage, not the normal damage for the javelin.
Yeah, okay.
And
aren't you a vegan?
For the record,
no. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. So that critical, even though it was a natural 20, was just barely actually a critical. Like just barely. A natural 20 is not an automatic critical. It means if you hit with that total number, and it's whatever the outcome is. Like in this case, it was just a success, but because it was a natural 20, it goes up 1 degree to a critical.
It's because his AC is like 19, right?
Yeah, it's pretty high. So you connect, and you like the thing like. Instead of hovering above Alec, like almost drops to the ground, and it's all it can do to kind of hover there. But the thing is, he has, similar to an attack of opportunity, he has a reaction. And because Alec is next to him, after taking such big damage, it uses its reaction to thrash his wings violently all around him, and it makes a strike with its wing against Alec as a reaction to your crit. So 1 second while that happens.
That's not great.
And still he misses, like blinded in one eye with a javelin sticking out of it. It had no chance. Rhaegar, are you? Is that
that's it. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I think you can kind of hit done. No, that's all right. Daryl.
Tanglefoot bag.
Oh shit. So that hits. And
sweet.
I'm trying to remember. Is Tanglefoot bag like a bomb technically, or is it?
Well, let's see. On a critical hit, the creature in contact becomes stuck to the surface and immobilized. Creatures flying or wings tangled, causing it to fall.
It is a bomb, and technically this thing is more than 20 feet away right now, and your bombs have a throwing range of 20.
Okay. I would move first before.
So if you want to use like a stride action first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
And then that
so
happens.
you threw, and then threw the bomb. Tanglefoot bomb. So when you hit a creature, it takes a status penalty to speeds for 1 minute. Okay. I'm gonna give him a thing. Oops, not that. Slowed. I'll just put this on for now. I don't know what the correct thing is. Oh, there we go. Tanglefoot back. A critical hit. Takes stats. We need to Tanglefoot back. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that happens if it's a crit, which it wasn't. So I think right now it's just
negative 10-foot penalty to its speed.
Oh yeah, okay, that's alright. Decent action. Okay. And escape DC. Alright, so yeah, he can use the escape action to try to get out of it.
That's it. It's my turn.
Alright. Pinch.
Made it sticky.
I point at one of the books on the ground, and it begins to kind of, and then it just flies straight at the thing, and I use the telekinetic projectile. And it just right over its head.
Yeah, it's like just as it's dropping down with the javelin in its face, it goes hurling right over his head.
Do you throw a book?
Kind of scratch my chin. I'm like, huh, I thought that would be really cool. And then I pull out my javelins and I'm done.
Okay. Next round. This thing sort of flapping around wildly takes a, I forget what it's called. I think it's just a step. A step is where you kind of like pivot around somebody.
Yep.
So it's kind of just like hovering around Alec, but trying to get closer to Rhaegar as well. And it first thrashes at Alec with its wings. And because of his eye hole situation, he's getting a -2 circumstance, which is exactly how much he just missed Alec by. And then it's trying to bite Rhaegar. Second attack is a penalty. Still gets a -2 for javelin in the eye hole, but manages to just barely connect with Rhaegar. Oh boy.
A big owie.
You take 11 points of damage as this thing just clamps onto your shoulder. Something fierce.
You just hear me roar. This primal roar.
Oh,
Alec,
that's how you say shit.
Yeah. Alec is going to just swing hard as fuck with his greatsword. And critically fails. His sword looks like for you. His sword just goes slashing over as the bat bites onto you, and he loses his grip for a moment. And the sword clanks down in front of him, and it's all he can do the rest of his turn to pick up the sword and re-wield it against. God damn it! Rhaegar, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm so mad right now. I use my attack point to ready another weapon. What is it gonna be? What do I have here? I know what I want. Okay, I keep forgetting all the places I can look at this. It's overwhelming. Okay, I pull up my bastard sword since I don't have a shield, and I swing at it both hands, cleaving overhead.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So you're pulling out the
Something I
Master
can do.
Sword as an action.
One action, yeah.
Then if you're doing it two-handed as well,
Was that
I don't
two
know-
actions?
You have to switch
No,
your grip.
no. But I mean, yeah, I imagine like the interact and the grip thing. That's all fine. But I think two-handed has different damage. So let me just.
Mm.
I thought
tweak-
you. Well,
Yeah.
I thought you linked a thing earlier where you said you sent out a thing on equipping
Yeah.
weapons and doing
Reloading
two-hand.
weapons.
I thought it said that you have to actually.
Change your grip. Change your grip by adding a hand. Yeah. But that's changing it to begin with. So actually, no, it does say pulling out an item is an
Doing that.
interact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Grip
changing
and
your
then
grip
changing
is
it to
two.
a two-handed grip is two. So it would
That's
be
fine.
2 action points. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. I still want to do it.
But the good news is because you're already there, it's no attack penalty or anything like that. It's still just a normal strike with it.
Straight up, dude. Yeah, I'm fucking blinding with rage right now. Let me add it. Double click right. Going down here to bastard, a sword.
No.
How the pendulum swings both ways.
How it swings.
Oh,
So both.
use my hero point.
Okay.
Oh, hero point.
Nice. So you just barely connect, expending in I think like many things, you succeed, but you do it using your grit, your hero point. So I need you to kind of walk us through it here.
I feel like I came down on it and it didn't cut through. I just didn't hit hard enough and I had to do it again. And again. But the whole time it was screaming and it was not as easy. And at the end of the day, it was a terrible mess. And I feel terrible because this was an animal, but it did attack me and my party viciously. And I sit down on this bench, this pew. I mutter some shit.
The bat, like as you pull it out, the bat just flumps down across one of these long tables, and you and Alec take a step back. Yeah.
Oh my god, what did you do?
I can use something to heal myself here. I'm actually going to. I'm gonna pull this into the channel here. I haven't done this yet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, with heal is really interesting. You can choose to channel 1 to 3 action points, and depending on the amount of action points you spend, it changes the type of heal. So that's what that 1 action, 2 action, or 3 action. And you'll notice too that each successive amount requires more in terms of like the casting itself. Like a single action is just like just a somatic. A double action point, the bigger hero, requires a verbal and some kind of somatic gesture, and a third one it requires everything you've got. But you'll notice that the third one is a 30-foot radius around you. All creatures, friend or foe, would gain healing from that.
That's this entire room.
But nobody else is injured.
I'm injured a little bit.
Alex a little bit, and Daryl is a little bit.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I see. It says uninjured, but I thought that meant completely uninjured, but I see what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so actually, that's a good point though. Like I tried to abstract it down a little bit. If you're ever curious if anyone's wounded at all, like you can just ask to kind of see how things look.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, how long is a long rest? Is that like a whole night?
It's like 8 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's that's a thing. There is no short rest really. I mean, like I said, there's some things you can do in out of combat, and for that you would look under your it's kind of broken up into a few different categories, right? So if you just go to your actions on your character sheet, it sort of lines them up there a little bit. There's three
I see
different
those, yeah.
core modes in Pathfinder. Encounters, which is like combat and
Ah.
being in it.
Yeah, look at that.
Exploration is kind of like crawling around a dungeon or walking through the wilderness. And then downtime is like, really nebulous and abstract, like in town, out at sea on the ship, just chilling. And by no means are you restricted from doing things that are actions like a spell while
Okay,
you're in
I
a
see.
different mode, but it gives you an idea of some of the stuff that you might do.
Now,
yeah, follow the expert. That's awesome.
with this heal spell, how many times? I only get to use one more spell this day. If I use the 3-action one, a material, somatic, verbal, does that mean exhaust no matter how many actions I use? I guess what I'm
That's
getting
right.
at? Okay.
Yeah, so the real cost there would be maybe in combat. You'd have to make a choice, right? Because the 3-action one could potentially heal allies or harm undead or heal enemies who aren't undead. The healing with 2 actions. Let me see actually. 1 to 3.
That one seems the most logical to how badly injured I am right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
well,
no downside
okay,
to doing it though.
I get it. Well, but I think the number 2 action is like a single target,
Mhm.
but it'd be a 1d8 plus 8 hit points.
Yeah.
Whereas the 3-action one would be a 1d8 to everyone around you, but no plus 8 hit points
Yeah.
from the 2-action.
Okay, let's do this is stuff. So material. Tell me, look what I have. Hold on. Just give me a second here. Give me goddamn. I'm sitting on the bench, kind of like going through my
Give me a goddamn
sack,
second.
and I pull out some mistletoe, and I ground it up really fine in my hands, and I put it with some holly, and I mix it. I spit on it a little bit, and then I
Get a little bat blood.
yeah.
Some guano.
And hold on, I'm ready. I start to mutter something under my breath over and over as I rub the this fine powdered ointment on my where that bat just bit me.
Okay. All right, so you can. I think you can. I don't know what happens if you click the healing button in the chat. Let's find out.
Okay. And I want to do which one did I say? The area, so everybody will be healed.
Okay.
Right? Is everybody?
Well, that's what
I
I'm saying.
assess everybody. Yeah, I assess.
That's the pro con, right? So the
Yeah.
the pro of that is everyone would get
8.
1d8.
Yep.
The con would be like if you wanted to super heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You do that with the second one.
You would want the second one because that's a 1d8 plus 8.
Okay, that's
to
what I'm
just
doing.
one
Sorry.
target.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. So the 2 actions.
That's
for
great.
that.
So
For
it'd
2
be
plus 8,
2
10.
plus 8, so it'd be 10 health back to you.
So at 14.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. Current HP. Okay, I see. 1, 4.
And then
There we go. Okay.
let me just check. Let me just check something real quick.
And then when I remove my hands, it's like that bat, like that huge chunk that was missing is just almost like just ash covering where my skin is, and it seems healed.
Wait, do you also heal the rest of us? Sorry, I missed that.
No, that was just me for a super heal.
I say you have
Much needed.
shit on your shoulder, but I use the druidic word for shit when I say it.
And with the death of this bat, and in this room of knowledge, you're all kind of reflecting a bit yourselves on all of the things you've been through since setting out on this potentially new chapter in your lives, and you're feeling a lot of the things you've been working towards are starting to click for you. And for all intents and purposes, everyone just dinged to level 2. And so in Pathfinder, what happens is you immediately level up, and your experience just resets back to 0, and it's always 1,000 experience to go to the next level. So they've kind of simplified that a little
Interesting.
bit. Just see. I'm just gonna tinker with your character sheets real quick and see.
This is a silly question, and I know the answer, but I'm going to ask anyways. In WoW, when you level up, your health goes up. Your cooldowns are all done.
Yeah. So your maximum health will automatically go up. Your current health will not.
Awesome.
Your ability to take damage has increased.
Very
Your
cool.
current rested state has not changed.
I got a piece of
So wait, Fiddy, are
Yeah.
you saying can our current health also go up the same amount that our health maximum has raised? So our health pool is deeper, but our damage is still the same?
I am looking here. I think that kind of happened. Let me just double check.
Okay.
I see. Bonus HP. Oh, let's see. 62. I wonder if I need to drag you back out. Sorry, one sec, pitch. It's gonna go dark. Oh, there we
It's
go.
getting dark.
I need to do it for everybody, actually.
Is that for the?
I think the way I'm leaning to it is your current health is gonna be what it was, but your health max has gone up a bit.
But that would mean like right now we should just heal a bunch more to be able to have the extra health that we just got, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
if that's something you want to do.
I don't know how to heal myself.
I'll show you. And then I do also want to try to heal myself further.
I've gone from non-injured to injured now because my max went up.
I have healer's tools.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm looking at my actions.
So that's it. That's your exploration action for treat wounds.
Exploration. Okay, I see it. Treating wounds. Looking for. Okay, yeah.
And so like I think it's like once per hour. You can try this.
Okay.
Per target.
Yeah, I still need to keep
But
going.
you have to have the healer's tools.
I have them.
But I think both of you do.
God.
I think both Daryl and
Do I?
I don't.
I don't think I do.
I'm still pretty.
I do.
Still hurt. I'm still hurty.
Oh, fuck yes.
Daryl, I feel stronger and somehow weaker.
But that's the thing too, right? Like Rhaegar with his one, like if he was the one doing the treat wounds, he could do it to all 4 of you, including Alec. It's just the person being treated can only be treated once per hour.
Oh, okay.
Come on over. Come on over. I'll show you how to treat wounds.
Who performs the medicine check is up to you.
I walk up and immediately pull my pants down, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready for my inspection. Oh, shit, that's not what you meant.
I don't think that's where they hit you, boy. So medicine check, you said, right? Actions.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so shy.
Is that an exploration?
I don't want to drop my pants.
So there's some risk reward on medicine checks. I think you can choose to like make it harder if you want to try to heal for more.
Oh.
I'm not that injured.
How bad is it?
It's not that bad.
It's like a little scratch.
I'm like,
the default DC is 15.
Okay, 15. Okay, I don't know how to do anything with this. I don't see anything to click.
So you go to your if you click on your hotbar for skills, you go to medicine check.
Oh, God damn it! See, keep looking at it. Yeah.
Are you trained in medicine?
A little bit. Let me tell you how trained.
Wait. Daryl, wait, are you trained in medicine?
Of course. I know how to stitch up any kind of wound.
I'm not trained.
Uh,
Things I'm putting together like berries and shit. You know what I mean?
Ashes,
like,
all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
you're like take some.
Rhaegar's a
back
holistic
food,
healer, and it's your mileage may vary.
I come over to Daryl and I drop it. Like, all right, I'm ready.
I still do
don't
it
think
myself.
I slap your ass
Full heal
with this check.
Do you like?
And then I'm moving the berries on me.
I need you to roll. Wait, hold. I need Daryl to roll a d8.
Oh no! Isn't it 2d8?
I'll get back. It's 1d8. I need you to roll 1d8.
Gonna take out half of my hit points.
Oh yeah, you lose 1 hit point pitch from Dr. Daryl. Meanwhile, Rhaegar is over there healing himself with his berries and dirt. And if you could roll 2d8 for me, Rhaegar.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm so sorry. Your anatomy is so different. It's the first time I've healed anybody else.
You can lose
one more.
You can lose up to 8 hit points getting healed.
Oh, I see. I'm doing this wrong.
Me.
Yeah, you need one more d8.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so that was you rolled a 7 and a 6, so it's technically
yeah.
It's all right. So it's plus 13. Let me see if that works. Yeah, there you go. Nice. You're looking real good. Meanwhile, Dr. Daryl's clinic is slicing and dicing.
That was a 10% chance to critical fail, by the way.
Oof.
Fuck.
And Pitch cannot be treated for wounds again for at least another hour.
You got you have a band-aid that's on your one little cut. You know what I mean?
Cool. I drink this as I walk away.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat myself now.
Oh yeah. So that's a 2d8 back for you, Daryl, from that.
I don't know if Pitch sees me do this, but
you look really good.
I'm splendid.
You're like,
yeah. You're back to.
It's your anatomy is so different. I'm so sorry. I'll practice. I'm so sorry.
There's like fur and scales. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
That's the oddest shaped penis I've ever seen.
Yeah. How do I heal myself, Fiddy?
Oh, so there's a couple ways, but I can do this. You got the 10, I think. Oh, nope, that's not it.
I'm dead. I died.
I clicked the wrong thing. There you go.
My life. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did Alec want a healing from me, by the way? Because he was close. I offered my berries to him since I was offering them.
He said, I'm fine for now. Perhaps if I take on more injuries later.
If he catches my eye, I do this.
Nod.
Hey, who knows? Maybe it won't be healing.
Yeah. All right. It's the question too, right? Like with torches and shit. So he's gonna pull his torch back out and light that thing up. He's just got the great sword in one hand, torch in the other. As well, this place is filled with all manner of creatures. I suppose no one's really been here in quite some time.
What?
He's pacing around the room.
Since we just dinged, does that mean that like?
Yeah. So before we leave this room, any of the things that you were taking and doing, we should take care of that now if you like. You don't have to, but you can.
Oops.
Oh, I want to take
level stuff.
That's right. Yeah, your level 2 stuff is now available.
Got it.
I think Casey, for you've already got yours on the sheet.
Yep.
But the other thing that you gain is your spells.
Right.
You should have 3 level 1 spell slots. So you can basically that preparation shortlist on your spell list here.
Yep. I can pick
Druids
one.
have access to all the things. You basically just need to drag and drop one to that slot. And because of the way druids work, like if you wanted 2 heals, you would have to drag heal into 2 different slots. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You
Does
could have
make sense.
3
You only
heals
do
in the
2
slots.
times.
You could have exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that, and then I think that's all you need to do. Klug, yeah, you need to pick your 2 new
I
formulas. Did. Okay. Cool.
Oh, I need to add a skill feat, right?
Yeah. And then. Okay, cool.
You know, I thought I knew I was going to take this full time, and I might actually take something. I might be pulling an audible here.
Okay. Well, the good thing for you is every time you do your preparations for the new day, you can change.
That's
That's the
cool
thing about druids is they just
Sure.
have access to all the things, and every day they can mix it up.
Very cool. Okay. Thank you.
And then Klug, I'm just tweaking because we're kind of hacking your formula book. I'm just changing the weight to negligible.
Yeah.
So because they're not supposed to count as any inventory weight.
I think it's such a good trick though, like just putting in the inventory.
Yeah.
Because you just click on each one, see their description and everything.
And I always miss it, but it's a little bit of like a box symbol, but that's your way that you can kind of open and close containers.
Oh, so the bandolier, I learned something about it. So normally if something's in your backpack, it takes an action to get your backpack out.
Oh, just to
and
get
then it
it
gets
out.
an action to get an item. So it's like 2 actions to get something out of your backpack, but 1 action to get something out of your bandolier. So think about it like if I'm throwing a bomb, it's like pulling out as 1 action and throwing it with the second. So it's 2 actions to throw a bomb, right? Like 1 to pull it. So it's kind of like loading a crossbow, firing it. And that's why there's a quick bomber feat where it's like you can literally like pull it off your bandolier and throw it in the same action. Yeah,
and that's true, like you said, for crossbows too, right? To reload a crossbow, I think it's an action, but you can do that like if you are at the end of a turn and you've got an action point, instead of moving or doing something else, you might get another bomb out for the next round. And so there's a lot of flexibility to fuck with.
Here's where else it gets really fun. My familiar also has actions during combat, right? It has 2 actions it can do every turn. So
be like your little bomb.
He can make bombs, reload crossbows.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Does he have to have certain familiar abilities equipped to do that?
Yes. Yeah, there's one where he basically has opposable thumbs. He sprouts thumbs, and now he has, is it dexterity or something like that?
Fucking cat. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a homunculus.
Yeah, I know.
So gross.
It's got fur. Cool. It's got lots of fur.
It looks like a cat.
It looks like a cat.
All right.
It meows. It also says, "Yes, father."
Pitch, I think you gain another spell slot, right? So does that mean you have 4 now?
Yeah. But I'm subbing out 1 because I can sub out 1 spell that I don't want to use.
Okay. So it's spells known, right? So actually you gain 1 more slot, I think, and then you also learn 1 new spell, and you can also swap one, if I'm not mistaken.
So I think I also get 1 from my bloodline.
Not until 3rd level again. Yeah. It actually even says it specifically in the example. Like if you go to your feats and look at spell repertoire, I think. Wait, sorcerer spellcasting.
It says granted spells at it's the second I see.
Yeah, so like
It's
at
when
second
you
level,
hit the second tier. I thought it was saying at second level, not second tier.
At second
All
level,
right,
you
that's
get
fine.
another first level spell to learn. And then at third level, you have to take the Bloodline spell.
Yeah,
But thereafter,
one
you
more.
can take other, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And then sorcerers are kind of weird in that if you want a heightened version of a spell, you have to learn it at that heightened level.
Yeah, but if I make it my signature spell, I can cast that at any level I want.
Is signature spell something you get automatically, or is that like
It's
a feat?
No, it's not a feat. I believe it's something that I will fall into eventually.
Oh yeah, level 3. I got
signature spells, but I get to pick a signature spell for each level of spells, I believe.
Cool.
So I can have multiple ones.
Nice.
I think.
Okay.
Holy shit.
We don't need
Fiddy, I might want to change one of my abilities too.
Okay.
Because
everyone
like,
have a quick look and think. I'm gonna use the washroom real quick.
Are you still on audio or are you leaving?
I can listen, but I'm gonna mute.
Okay. Yeah. So there's feats in the compendium browser that aren't in the book. That's why I like. There's this one called Demolition Charge, which basically I can put a proximity mine anywhere. I can like spend a minute to attach a bomb that
That's
has its own reaction where if someone moves into its space, holy shit, and it can blow up.
Whoa.
Or I could trigger it as a single action so long as I'm within 30 feet of it. That's so fucking cool. And then there's all these like rules about like perception check to be able to detect it, or a thievery DC to be able to disarm it. Like, I might want to do that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, the game server has like the latest and greatest in terms of stuff. Let me see. I'm kind of curious what that is. Is it a class feat?
Yeah.
Is there no prereq, right? Like you don't have to be the other type. No, it doesn't look like it.
No prerequisite. And I can make bombs, right? Like I can make an acid flask. I can make a fire flask.
Yeah. Yep. I think if anything that is considered, like if you go to equipment and I think filter by, what is it? Weapon traits. I think if you just do like alchemical, like anything in there. Well, if you want to like be more specific, you can do alchemical and then just do levels like 0 to 2. I think those are all the things that you can technically learn formulas for and craft.
Yes. Okay, wait. I'm swapping out one of my formulas.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm not gonna get that cat's eye. I'm gonna get what? Okay, wait. Let me think about this.
Dave, did you have any questions about your stuff?
Nope. No, I'm just switching some stuff out. I already put the class feat, but we also get a general skill feat, right?
Correct. Yeah, skill feat.
All right, and I know what I'm doing.
And so the only requirement there is it has to be for a skill that you're at least trained in.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to get my water. I'm still listening though.
Oh my god.
Excited for these.
Skill. Oh, that's why. All right, I was gonna do.
What? Dude, yeah. So the book does not come with nearly as much cool shit as the compendium, or like the. I don't know if this came in like in a DLC or a errata or something.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, there were like a few
Okay.
expanded things, which is why 90% of the time I just keep the game server up so you guys
Foundry.
can poke around and look at stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk about coercing someone?
Let's see. Coercing. Which is based on like the intimidation skill.
Yeah, it is. But I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out like context.
Well, one thing. I don't know that I'm personally there yet, but like in terms of like out of combat stuff, I definitely want there to be like there's kind of like statuses for how people view you. Like they could be indifferent, they could be friendly, they could be helpful, they could be hostile. And so there's like it's almost like a little mini game, or like like in older RPGs where you've got like with different factions you might have a different standing with them. So there's skill, like a lot of the skills and like the skill feats in this game do with things that we've done before, like in D&D, but they try to give you like interesting mechanics to influence someone in like a exploration mode situation. So with this, it says you spend at least 1 minute of a conversation with them, and at the end of the conversation, you can attempt an intimidation check against their will DC, which is typically based on like their wisdom. Modified by any circumstances I think are appropriate. And so, and then the degrees of success kind of kick in. If it's a critical success for you against their DC, like maybe they're really, really dull or they don't have a high will DC, it says let's just spam it into chat. Why don't we? Course. So critical success target gives you the info you seek and agrees to follow your directions so long as they aren't likely to harm them. And they comply and continue to comply for like about a day or unless the status changes. Regular success, same as critical success, but once the target becomes unfriendly, they might decide to act against you. So it's kind of like, because it's based on intimidation, I imagine it's like help us or we'll kill you kind of generalization. And if you're intimidating enough, they might agree to do so, and depending on how successful you are, they might immediately like fucking backtrack and try to backstab you or run away, or who knows.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the one thing I want to be abundantly clear, which again might just take me some time, but if you guys spec into certain things or take feats for things, I'm just going to use that as a telltale sign of something you're interested in, and do my best to make sure there are opportunities to use those things, whether it's in combat or out of combat. So by all means, try to pick stuff that you think sounds cool. And it might not happen right away, but I'll try to make sure we get it into the game as a thing that can be utilized in some capacity.
I'm glad to hear that, because I took a good couple leaps of faith, because I was like, you know what? This makes more sense if I'm going numbers, but this is the story. This is the flavor. Also, I put that search up there because I was just going to grab my spears back, and I wanted to make a bookmark of it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
is there? How do I recover something like that? I didn't see.
So I mean, your javelin's big enough, and the giant bat's dead right there. So to me, that's just a free. Yeah, you go spend a few moments kind of recovering that.
While I do, I also yeah, nothing I can do for it. Fuck that thing! It bit me. Piece of me feels sad that this animal is dead. That the anathema, I could kind of feel it tugging at me.
Yeah.
But this thing. I'm justified by the attack, by being a defender.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not a pacifist.
Right.
Hey, there's one of these spells doesn't actually have like the area marked, and it's different than what I'm seeing from OneNote.
The one that you have on your thing right now?
The one that I just added, the very bottom one.
Yeah.
I'll send you a
Okay.
screenshot from OneNote because it looks like it's just different.
Oh, I see it on there. So it's one of like the blue tag boxes. Which looks to be the same. Right next to the component, in between the cast time. Area 15-foot cone.
That does not show up on mine.
Really?
Everything is blank after the components, except for the cast time.
Weird.
It doesn't have like the area or the range or
Maybe just
the target.
maybe just hit F5. I have to do that myself sometimes.
I think I broke it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Cool.
Any luck, Dave?
Oh, I see it on the description down in the thing. I was looking at the
the
edit
detail.
item, the details of it, because I'm reading.
Yep, gotcha.
It's just weird because in order to look at the spell to review what if I want to take it, it opens up this tab, and then so I look at the details to figure out
Gotcha.
stuff about it. Because
Yeah.
I don't want to have to equip it in order to be able to tell. But that's cool that it tells you in the equipped.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few the compendium's not perfect. And like some things that take actions, like some of the feats and the cost actions, you have to look at the details, and it's just written out in like some of the boxes in the form. But once you add it to your thing, it shows it.
Okay, never mind. I got my answer. Fuck.
Alec is, while you guys are kind of getting your stuff together, he continues to look around the room, flipping through books here and there. Just gonna make one more perception check since it's been a while.
Are there any shields or pot lids or anything in here that could resemble a buckler? Except like a nice cast iron pot. Oh, I can't use cast iron. Never mind. Ugh, gross.
I'm a druid. I hate metal.
Let me just see something real quick.
See a chair right here.
I'm gonna.
Kidding, I don't need a chair. If I don't see anything, I don't see anything.
I'm gonna have you make a perception check one last time.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. Just want to take a quick peek to see if there's anything around. If not, it's not a big deal. I just want to keep moving.
Okay. You're looking all over this fucking room while everyone's, getting their shit together. And you don't find anything to like really replace or fix your shield
Cool.
at first. But you kind of go over to this flipped over table to the south here. And it's got all manner of drawers and things in there, and you start like kind of pulling drawers out in your search. You notice Alex looking around for stuff as well, and you notice that like it's kind of like some desks have like a single height drawer. There's like one that's kind of like almost like a triple height on the left side of the thing, and it looks like locked, but the whole thing's damaged, and so with some ease you're able to just kind of like rip the face off of the drawer, and you're looking down into it because this thing's like
Can I open it a different way?
Sure, yeah.
Let me ask if this is something I can do, because I'm trying to get a feel for how this works. First level, I can turn to pest form.
Whoa.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, so a mouse or something.
Yeah, I turn to a cockroach, and I go into the lock, and I pick it from the inside, and I pop it open, and I bust out, and I just transform back to myself to open it. I figured that's how I would open it instead of brute force.
Okay, so that's going to use your focus point right now.
Okay, and I wasn't sure how that. Okay, what? That's a better question. What?
So that's at the top of your
I see it.
spells there.
So I only get one of those a day. Is what you said?
You get one per day, but all you have to do is spend 10 minutes to refocus, which is a downtime action, or I think an exploration action.
Okay.
And you get that focus point back. And there's no limit to that. I guess the restriction is you can never get more than one back. So if you get to a spot where your focus point pool gets bigger, you can only
ever refocus
guys,
stop.
To get one.
Yeah. Stop fighting for 10 minutes.
Narratively, like when and if you want to get this point back, you need to give us something to indicate what your refocus rituals like to commune.
That's fine.
So you do this.
Yeah. And I pop out and I look over to Alec and I say, I may have found something over here. And then what do I find?
Oops. I think I broke it.
I forgot to do it. Yeah.
Because you were like dragging and I clicked it at the same
time.
Yeah. So you go in there, you burst out, and you find a few things in there actually. You should be able to hold on. Let me see if I can share it.
Hit this wild shape button again. Can't go from pest.
Oh yeah.
It's a cute kitty.
Revert. There we go.
Okay, yeah. So if I configure permissions into Casey,
check this focus point.
So you should be able to double click and open that drawer now. I think.
Oh, okay. A repair kit, a writing set, and an unidentified item. How can I look more at that unidentified item?
So that identified item is it's like a giant animal claw on a chain.
Do I use my druidic knowledge, or is there something that's got to be a thing?
So I forget about how identifying works. I think it's an action.
Okay.
Identify.
Or you know what? I hold this up and I wait for my. If anybody was coming over, I did call them. I don't know if they want to come see this.
Okay, come over and look at it.
You can use. You do get a sense that it's magical.
Okay.
This claw thing. And I guess I can make this open to everybody. Hold on. There you go. Let's see. So I think identify magic. So you can spend 10 minutes trying to identify the particulars of a magic thing. If your attempt is interrupted, you have to start over. You need to beat a DC, which I won't reveal. Varies per thing. And as long as you get a success, I think it's just an Arcana check.
Looks over our shoulders and what's he see? Oh!
Oh, you found yourself one of those.
Yeah, what
Hey, how
is
about
it?
that?
Each magical tradition.
I've
Oh,
never
okay.
seen one so clean before.
So as long as you have you can use different skills. So I know Rhaegar, nature is like the sort of source of
Yep,
your magical tradition.
that's what I would have.
Put that there. So you can use a nature skill check.
Do we
If
need it? But
someone
yeah.
is an arcane, you can use an
Oh,
arcana
thank you.
skill
That's
check.
cool.
If you're a divine,
Okay,
vice
great.
versa.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. Just peek. Okay. Well, you're trying to make heads or tails of the thing, and while you're looking at it, Daryl comes over and immediately seems to get a sense for what it is. Which see so for a success, you get a sense of what it does and learn any means of activating. What's a crit? 6. So you okay. So Rhaegar,
Yeah.
you notice that this is an owlbear claw, kind of fashioned into some sort of talisman.
Okay.
And you think that like when activated, it gives activating item. You can tell that it's sort of activated by performing in envision sort of ritual, where you need to kind of use your imagination and your thoughts to channel it. And when you do this, it sort of empowers you. Let's see, hold on. Oh, okay. It unleashes sort of like the primal nature in you with whatever weapon you're wielding. And this thing unleashes a critical specialization effect from that weapon if it has one, which we haven't really dealt with before.
What even does that mean?
Yeah. I don't know if I can change this. Hold on one second. I'm just going to re-add it because I think I broke it trying to figure this out. There you go. So this thing, if you score, I think the way I understand it is if you score a critical hit with a weapon, you need to have this talisman like attached to it, almost like a charm like hanging off of it or something maybe.
Yep. Okay.
And when it's on there, if you critically succeed, it activates a critical specialization effect. Now, I don't know if anyone has a weapon that has a critical effect.
I do not yet.
Critical specialization.
We have some basic ass shit.
Certain feats, weapons can grant you additional benefits when you strike. Yeah, wow. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Oh wow.
And looks like it's only 1 out of 1 charges. I don't know how recharging stuff works, etc., etc. But it seems neat. Seems like a cool little trinket that you could use on a special weapon someday, maybe.
As I hold it, it like feels like it's holding my hand. You know what I mean? I can't let go.
So yeah, but you also find this was like Cummins' like almost junk drawer. You see this thing in there. You see the basic makings of things that would be considered a repair kit, and there's also enough parchment and ink in there to make up 6 different writing sets effectively. So I think just like before, you should be able to drag and drop stuff out of the desk loot box into your own inventory. I don't know who's taking what, but I know
Ooh.
Rhaegar, you were in there.
I
So
want that claw. I want it so hard. It's in my hands. But I don't. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. How do you do it? You are detecting magic. What do you detect?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Like, I was trying to drag the spell detect magic down to my bar.
Oh,
you
I
should
did
be
that
able
too.
to. You
I
should
tried
be
doing
able
that
to, I
too.
think.
I
If
guess
you
I did it wrong.
I think if you drag like the icon, like the artwork of the icon,
Okay, let me try that.
not the
Move
name.
macro. Okay.
The repair kit, does that fix shields? Let's see.
Oh, it better.
Actually,
There's
yeah,
a
you can
repair
use
kit
that.
in
You
here,
can
if anybody
use
needs
that
it.
to repair anything. I think with crafting.
It didn't work. For a while there, it was like, no, I kept.
Oh, what are you trying to? What are you trying to? What item are you? Or thing are you trying to add?
Well, so I have a skill feat now that lets me detect magic at will. So I wanted to add that to my bar.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you add that?
So I went to the compendium, found the spell book.
Was it already on your sheet? The feat you took? Arcane Sense you did, right?
Arcane Sense, yeah. Although there's nothing in
okay.
there where I can drag. It just says you can cast first level detect
Okay,
magic.
well I think the first thing we have to do, because that gave you detect magic, I think we need to add it to your spell list in a way.
Add spellcasting entry.
Yeah, so if we just do innate. Oh, I just clicked it too.
We did it.
So
Yeah.
I can delete
right,
this one at the bottom. And then, well, you do. Go ahead. And then you should be able to click add spell now.
Against intelligence.
Well, actually, if you delete that and then use the magnifying glass, you can drag it from the compendium now.
Open spell browser. Okay. This.
Where's your spell? Wait, where's that spell browser?
I had to hit the
all you have to do, Casey, is click the little magnifying glass to jump to it quickly.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
You already have an entry in there.
Yep. Okay.
And for you, because you have stuff that you can, if you click the book next to cantrip or first level, that just expands the stuff you already have access to each day.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Cool.
And then now you should be able to drag that icon, I think.
From there to my bar. That worked.
Compendiums are like a reference that you can't, like a reference rig you can't touch, but until you like import it onto your sheet, then you can do the things.
So is this a moment where you can change something out for those to the cantrips?
If you guys are resting, yes.
Okay, then we'll take it easy.
You already added
I did my first level,
new spell.
Yeah.
So you got that for free from the level up, but
yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like this is a level up thing or if this was a later time. No big deal.
It's way too epic for right now. What are you doing, Jambot?
I need a few minutes to refocus.
Yeah, sorry. I missed the part of like what was in that box?
Yeah, so there's
the
makings of a. You should be able to double click it, I think now. But you see like a bunch of writing sets and a repair kit.
Oh my god! Yeah. Did you grab that repair kit?
No.
Use that on my shield. I can use it right now, and maybe I can fix my shield.
So if you want to claim ownership on that, you can drop it in.
And a writing set. Does anybody want that?
6 different writing sets.
May I take one?
Oh yeah, I'll take one as well. 6 light. Okay.
How do I take with just one?
I wonder. Try just dragging and dropping. I don't know if it'll take all 6 or not. It might just take the one.
Oh, there we go. It asked for quantity. Okay, so
yeah, that's great.
Cool.
Oh, I could use some more pen and quill and ink and paper.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm using this Wait, no. This is a downtime thing to repair. No, repairs exploration.
Well, I
I'll
think
never
if
repair it.
with
10
the
minutes.
quick thing, isn't it even faster for you?
Oh shit! Do I have
It's
quick
1
repair?
minute. Yeah.
Oh my glob. Quick repair. Yes. 1 minute.
So wood shield. If you're trying to repair a wood shield, I think the DC is
The GM sets the DC.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second.
It's usually the same as the DC to craft it in the first place.
Wooden shield. DC is 14 to repair.
Okay.
So you make a craft check, I believe.
I'm gonna craft. Here, let me try on my shield first. 12.
Ooh. You
What's that mean?
don't succeed or critically fail. It's just a regular fail, which has nothing. But
There's nothing. Oh.
I think, let's see. I gotta imagine it's kind of like treating wounds, where like every hour you could maybe
Can't do it
give it
again.
another
Okay.
go. But the
my
glue's
shield's
still
weird.
hot.
Can I try yours?
Keep it if it works.
Oh, hey, thank you. Let me try. Oh,
Oh, there you
look
go.
at that.
So
You get 10 health
Rhaegar,
back.
I think it's only because you didn't critically succeed. If you had gotten
No, it's
24,
5 hit points to the item plus additional 5 per proficiency rank you have in crafting. So a total of 10
oh,
if you're trained.
nice. Okay, good catch. Yeah. So
I can't accept this though. I'm giving it back to you.
your
But your
shield is
shield is
back to
perfectly.
full health.
It's amazing.
I thank you with my eyes so hard.
Ooh,
You'll notice
bedroom eyes.
it is no longer checked off as broken.
This piece of junk. I put my shield on my back. I don't even use it anymore.
Okay.
I got a torch in one hand and then battle axe in the other.
Yeah, Rhaegar torch
Okay.
us as well.
Ready to continue.
Should we keep poking around?
We're gonna find that halfling.
Yeah. Let's keep looking.
Which way would you like to go?
Daryl, what'd you find behind that door again? You were at that door, right?
Oh no, Mittens is so cute. I didn't find anything there.
Mm.
I mean, look how cute Mittens is. Don't make that noise while looking at Mittens. That's weird.
Sorry, Mittens. Let's go north then. I just start moving this way.
Okay.
Pitch again. If we want to be quiet, I may not want to go first.
Yeah, I can be quiet sometimes.
That's right. I forgot about the last time. But you played it off so nicely. You made it look like you were allowing me to go first. It was very kind of you.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm a master of stealth. Well, maybe not a master. I'm okay.
Almost.
I reach out with my hand again, and I open it with Mage Hand.
Door
Keep making that
creaks open,
noise.
and as you peek in, you kind of look around the corner. You see right in front of you, almost like a repository of old books and storage, long rows down this sort of narrow room. Feel remarkably untouched. There's like a thick, noticeable layer of dust, both visibly and you can kind of smell the stench of just the old books in an attic kind of smell, maybe like a little bit of mildew permeating through the air. You see a door just past the second row of shelves, and as you look down the corridor, you see a couple of other doors as well.
Alec, if your great ancestor wrote anything, it would probably be in this room. And then I'm gonna stealthily just sneak in.
Okay.
Real quiet, like.
Conspicuously, you notice that the door all the way to the east
God, fuck me.
is
Just trip over the
actually
bus.
Same one you had.
mostly open.
Oh. All right. I stumble
Yell from
into the room.
It's clear.
Shit! It's clear.
So stealth.
John,
Yeah, well,
Is you
I'm
almost
learning a
knock
lot
over
about
like the
recon.
entire tall bookshelf.
I'm gonna see if I can get all my bad rolls out for the entire year in this session.
Yeah.
I really want to follow the expert here.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
enlighten us. Yeah, there you go.
Who's the expert?
You're the expert.
Oh, me? Oh, hey, there's a thing there. Be careful.
I'm careful. Okay.
And then
Thank you.
I give the hand gestures to Rhaegar, and I'm like, "Hey, come here. Listen at this door."
I put my big orc ears up against it, half orc ears, and then do I percept skills?
Oh, you have to be an expert in that skill.
Yeah. Which is why your quotation marks, your air quotes, were perfect.
Perfect. I put my ears up to it.
Okay. Give me a little perception check.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you don't hear anything other than
Door
the wind
noises.
every now and then, kind of creaking doors.
Do you feel like we should open this?
It's pretty quiet, as you can tell.
Yes.
I open it.
Pretty sure we want to open all these doors eventually.
With mage hand. Again, you're leaning against it, and you just feel
the weight go.
And as you're like leaning against it.
I love that door sound.
The door opens, and you see immediately down to the right, like a row of like foot lockers that all appear to be locked except for one. And then right across from you, you kind of see what appears to be like an intake desk. Because as you look further to the east, you see what looks like numerous holding cells, maybe a prisoner intake area or something of the sort. In those cells to the east, you can see most of the iron gates into those cells are ajar. And you can't quite tell, but you're pretty sure you see like several emaciated forms slumped down in the cells, clearly unmoving.
Emaciated forms?
I'm gonna just ease my way right past you here. It's clear. And then I'm gonna start trying these lockers. You said that they're all locked except for one?
Yeah, they actually have pretty significant looking padlocks on all of them. But the first one, right here, has no lock, and like the metal flap coming down over the ring, is not open, but
I try to open the one on the end.
do you have thieves' tools?
What are those? I've got a repair kit.
Picking a
No.
lock.
I do it with my fingernails.
Thieves' tools.
Ew. They're like long enough that they can make like the You're like,
it's not a coke nail; it's a lockpick nail.
because it has to be hard enough to not break. Of
I
like,
jiggle the lock enough to know that if I had a pair of tools, I could crack it.
As
use-
he's doing
I have
that
many tools.
pitch,
I use Mage
yeah.
Hand to open it because I don't trust anybody in this damn place.
You see, this is pretty large lockers. Nestled inside, you see a flail, coated with like silver plating. You see a bunch of tools that look like they'd be perfect for jimmying locks.
I literally like you're in there with your fingernail, and I'm like looking in the locker, and I just hand you literally just reach in and I hand you
Ooh,
drop into your hand the very thing that you were looking for.
yes. All right. I
You
used it.
also notice a like under a blanket like that the flail is sitting on top of two other lumpy objects. One of them looks like it's like a jade cat figurine, like the shape of a cat carved out of jade. And the other one's this very dark purplish looking elixir that you don't really know at first sight what it is.
All right. I grab the jade cat. I hand the unidentified elixir to our elixir master, Daryl, and then I
Ooh.
lift up the flail and I look at Rhaegar and Alec. I'm like, maybe this is your great ancestor's flail, and it's coated in silver. Which
Yeah.
can I do? Can I do a knowledge something or other about silver gilded weapons if I know? Because I'm thinking of The Witcher as a player, but I want to
Mhm.
know if what my
Mhm.
character would know about that.
Recall knowledge.
Yeah, recall knowledge, if you will. And I think for this,
I don't even know where that is.
well, I mean, it feeds off of different skills. I think for now, let's have you make an Arcana check.
You can recall knowledge in combat.
It's true, and that's what I was saying before. So basically, if you recall
1 AP.
knowledge about a creature you're facing, you might spend an action point to glean some resistances or weaknesses or
sick.
things. Yeah, it's
Yes.
pretty cool. And every creature has like different DCs for depends on the thing that you're using to investigate them with, which is really cool. Yeah, silver. Let me just pull up my hand. So certain creatures might resist damage from a normal weapon attack, but if it's a silver weapon, it ignores that resistance in some cases. They're
So
generally less durable than steel items, and lower grade items like this one appears to be are just plated. But yeah, they just like against like undead and other types of creatures, these things are especially effective.
this type of weapon is especially effective against certain creatures. Which one of you guys wants it?
Alec is kind of like eyeing it when you mentioned his ancestors. Says, "No, I don't think my ancestors wielded a flail, but I imagine other brothers in the Seekers might have. They were originally seeking demons and death and the like before they became what they are today, which is just the law spreading far and wide. My order particularly looks after societal order." And he kind of like does a double tap on his shoulder where you see that same symbol you saw earlier in one of the training rooms, which was like that ring of almost like spears around like a sunburst. And you remember that he referred to it as the Order of the Nail. But please, if one of you wishes to take the thing, go for it. I'm not here to loot or pillage, and I don't mind if you salvage what you can while we look for your friend.
I'm not
I
good
don't,
with these sorts of things.
I don't even know if this is the keep I was seeking. If we're being honest, this is just
What?
The
You might be in the
closest-
wrong house.
That would
It's possible. I've been
could-
searching for months. It was allegedly on an island somewhere in these
Oh
parts.
my god.
I hand the silver flail to Rhaegar.
You're just a vagrant.
I hold it.
Are you talking to me? Thank you.
Yeah.
Daryl, with the tools handed to you via Mage
Yeah.
Hand,
Mm.
you could, in fact, if you're trained in thievery, right?
I am.
That you
Super
could
trained.
use such tools to try to pick these locks. They look like they've seen some age, so you don't imagine they're incredibly difficult to pick. So you can
Can
try.
I use my roll from earlier?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
On one of them, which one are
Yeah,
you?
the one on the far end.
Okay.
Yes.
You definitely pop that lock.
Whoa! It's the tools.
Let me unveil scan. And you see a similar thing where you lift it up and like on top of like a blanket is a silver plated light hammer. But down beneath the blanket layer you find a scroll and then another elixir.
Oh wow! I hand that to Pitch the scroll, and I hand the light hammer to Rhaegar, and then I take the elixir.
Okay. You should be able to.
I'm gonna
open
take
and
this.
Do what you will.
Oh.
I know we just did identifying things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that also apply for something like this, where I can just open it and read it?
Yeah. So is it in your inventory? Let me see.
I drag and drop it. I don't know where it went though.
Oh yeah.
Unidentified scroll. Yeah, I see it.
So you're looking at the scroll or the jade cat?
Both, but the scroll was the one I was really interested in.
It
Wow.
identify. So it basically takes, without any other augmented abilities, you have to study the thing for like 10 minutes. So if you're taking the time to do it, that's fine. You spend 10 minutes poring over the scroll carefully. You can make your skill check of choice. I don't know if you already did.
Would this be like Arcana?
Yeah.
Fuck.
1 second.
Better than a 10. That's all we needed.
You just barely are able. Hold on, let me just double check. Can't try again. Okay. All right. Well, it's simple enough that you're able to understand, and you realize that this is a scroll of magic missile. Daryl, am I to were you making another thievery check there? Did I see
Yep.
that?
On locker 3, I made a 20.
Okay. Once again, you have no issue popping that lock.
Ooh.
You
Pop in, lock in. See you later. Bye.
Similar. Morning star, silver plated on top of a blanket, hiding a strange crystal and another elixir.
Oh, grab the elixir, give the crystal to Pitch, and the morning star to Rhaegar.
It's getting really heavy.
Just keep holding all of the clothes as she continues to shop.
Oh, you know, there's only one there. I might as well. Oh no!
Okay, hold on 1 second.
It's not a critical failure, right?
Just take the
It's
hammer
not a
and
critical failure.
break the lock.
So
I mean, yeah, you're right.
the lock is feeling pretty brittle, and you almost feel like your lock picking tools snap inside of it, but they don't. They don't.
Oh, fuck.
You feel like you could try again if you wanted to.
Am I risking the tools by trying again? Can
I mean,
anyone aid
we
me?
just found. I mean, I'm still reading my scroll. I assume that you're popping these like pretty quick.
Can anybody?
I can lend hand if
Maybe
you can hold this for me. And then I walk over and I say, and I'm trying to be as polite as possible because I don't want to sound ungrateful for the things that you guys have just been giving me here. Would you mind at least? I mean, I'll keep the gift, but could you carry it back to town for me?
Oh, I've got a big backpack. Yeah.
I'm encumbered. And then
I'm no. I got plenty of room.
here, I'll put it into locker 3. I can't even. Oh god. Because it's like, hey, here's a hammer.
Oh god,
hey, here's
this thing
a flail.
is super heavy.
Here's a morning star.
Oh, I mean, I could take maybe one of those.
There you go.
Okay, here you take it. I'm gonna put it back in the box because it's so heavy.
Let me. I have to figure out if it is a normal. Does it look like a very simple kind of weapon?
Yeah.
Club.
No.
Morningstar.
Oh.
Is it a
It's a
simple
club with
weapon
spikes on
or
yeah.
Simple whip, isn't it?
I mean, it's a club with spikes on the end.
Well,
That's
I'm
what
asking for
Morningstar
like
is.
Mechanically.
I mean, yeah.
Who's holding it right now?
It's
in
in
the
the
box.
third box.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's probably like
club. It says club.
Yeah.
It is a simple weapon. Yeah.
Dude, it has it's critical success. You knock the target away from you.
Oh,
that's
so that is the
cool.
That's I think is that one of the specializations or is
that okay?
I just took it.
That's following the mouse over.
Hey, so for the
it is so not going to be helpful for me to have that weapon.
So Fitty, to that same point, in my inventory, I have a light hammer and a flail. Similarly,
I don't see it anymore. Fuck.
Oh, it's in the box again.
Do you see those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
what are those critical ones?
You just need to carry it for a while. You don't have to use it. Just can you carry it back to town?
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd pick it up with like, just kind of like, sure.
Okay.
Put it in my bag.
I don't think.
Right. One more try. Oh!
Oh shit! Wow. Yeah, you popped the hell out of that. 1 sec.
It's so good. Apparently, there's gold in there. Lots of gold.
At least there wasn't a Thomas.
You find a silver-plated mace and 2 unidentified elixirs.
Oh, I do little spirit fingers. Oh, don't mind if I do. Of course, once I get these identified, I'll be able to give them to you guys.
So okay, that's what it is. It's not. So that's not like the critical effect, I don't think. But if you mouse over, like every weapon's got different traits. Like the mace in here has shove.
Club. Yeah.
You can use this weapon to shove with the athletic skill, even if you don't have a free hand. This uses the weapon's reach if different from your own and adds the enemy bonus against. So that's cool. So basically, I think if you hit with the weapon, you can try to shove like as maybe like an extra action point cost or something.
Yeah. So Fiddy, that's if you mouse over the word shove, but if you mouse over club, it says critical specialization effect. Is that like an automatic thing? Like if you have a feat, or is just that's the weapon does it if you're critical?
Not sure. Let's.
Oh yeah, look at that because the hammer has the same thing. Hammer,
dude.
Yeah, look at that. Because the bastard sword has one too. They all have them. Because like if you do it with the bastard sword, it makes them flat-footed till the end of their next turn. The axe, critical specialization. Choose one creature adjacent to the initial target within reach.
Choose one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and like bombs, if you crit with a bomb, it increases. If it has splash, it increases instead of 5 feet to everything around it. It's 10 feet.
Holy shit! Axes can do a thing where they sweep, so you can like hit multiple people in a row. Oh my god!
But okay, so here's where I think the caveat is. I think that certain weapons, inherently by the weapon type, like axe or club or bomb, has an effect that can happen. And then I think other things later, whether it's a magic weapon or like a rune infused weapon, which is a whole thing, can add different other effects. But I believe that in order to actually be able to utilize these special things, you have to have some ability that says that you get weapon specialization effects as a character.
Oh, so it's like maybe you need a feat that says you can like utilize weapons to their fullest or some shit.
Yeah, so there's like if you just type into that Pathfinder easy library thing I've been using, like if you just start typing weapon spec, you can see there's like a million different, like there's a Viking feat 6 for a Viking weapon specialist. There's a druid class feature 10 weapon specialization. It says you learned how to inflict greater injuries with the weapons you know best. You deal extra damage with them. But that's not even like the crit specialization though. Hold on.
But those weapons have crit specializations. Great swords and whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Compendium browser. It's in the compendium browser.
I was looking at
that site.
That site.
Oh,
yeah.
site. Yeah. Okay, shit. Oh my god.
In the Discord chat.
Mm-hmm. Pathfinder.
Okay, wait. Here we go. Certain feats, class features, weapon runes, and other effects can grant additional benefits when you make a strike with a weapon and get a critical success. Depends on your weapon. You can always decide not to use the critical effect. You don't get the critical special effect of a weapon by default. You only gain it if something tells you gain it.
Okay.
Fighters, for example, have a class feature that grant critical specialization effects, while wizards typically never get them. And I think it says like barbarians get them at some point.
Oh.
Okay, so the owl thingy, can I bind it to something right now? Owl bear claw? Man bear pig? Owl bear claw?
Yeah, let me look at that. Isn't always the claw. When you activate the claw, the triggering attack gains the weapons. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that would like be a case where like that unlocks a weapon crit special effect for you, even if you wouldn't normally have one.
Cool.
One time ever or once a day?
It says it only has 1 out of 1 charge.
Right. So that's just one and done.
So it is. Yeah. So they're saying it's a talisman, so it's a one-time use consumable.
Cool.
Which, like a spell scroll, only works once and then it loses its magic. Essentially, it lets you use your crit special ability once for that weapon.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm gonna identify one of these other things.
Okay, which one?
The jade cat.
Okay.
Meow.
Oh yeah. You do that. You can kind of read there. So I think the way these things work is like if you meet the requirements of the trigger and the other requirements, then this thing sort of comes to life at your free action command, which for you is, I don't know,
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah, I kind of look over and I'm like, Rhaegar, you like cats? And I hand him the jade cat.
Cats. Min's is a cat.
I'm sorry, but it's got like a hand for a tail. It's really weird. It's throwing me off just a little bit. Is that a cat?
It's a cat enough. It's enough a cat.
I just scrolled over your cat and it said injured, and I was like, yeah, that was a sick burn, you piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. I hold out the jade cat for either of you to take.
No, you take it back. Oh, it's
yeah, I don't need any more, honestly. What does it do? What does this cat do? Does it look pretty?
I just handed here. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in locker 2.
There you go. Get it.
Yeah, it's a pretty jade cat.
Oh, that's cool.
So, as far as you can tell, Daryl, all the different elixirs you have, they all look the same to you, but they don't look like anything that you currently know how to make or are familiar with. So if you feel like if you identify one of them, you'll know what they all are. If you wish to undergo that process. Talking to you, Daryl.
Oh,
Elixir
oh my
Master.
God. Sorry, say that one more time. I was like reading the jade cat. I thought you were talking.
That's okay.
Identify one and you get all the others.
A lot of the elixirs you have all look the same, like the liquid. It's not something that if it was something that you already knew how to make, you wouldn't need to identify it, but you don't.
I see. Thank you. All right.
So it's up to you if you want to. It's up to you if you want to try to identify them now or just leave it.
Oh, yeah, I would love to identify him now. Oh my gosh, let's do it.
All right, you can make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
While he's doing that,
around, taste it a little bit.
I'm gonna look at this crystal.
Tasted it.
Oh wow! Actually, you yeah, it only takes you a moment, and you immediately recognize it. And I didn't see it before, but it makes sense. You actually have one of these. I see, but it's not something you have a formula for. But it's just a bunch of dark vision elixirs.
Oh, Fiddy, can I learn how to make it?
I think we could sidebar that and maybe let me look at how some of the options you have for like
a bunch of them.
Yeah. I'm totally into that. I'm just gonna go ahead and tag some identifiers
because like my formula book's kind of like a wizard spell book where it's like I could learn from the world somehow.
I'm gonna do you one better because you already had these a sample of this in your inventory. You don't burn anything identifying, but you do see one that's a little more pinkish, and you see it's like a cheetah's elixir, a lesser cheetah elixir.
Oh, that's cool. Ooh.
That, and I think that's all of them. Feel free to combine them if you want.
Thank you.
Stacks or whatever. Okay. Alec is kind of peering down to the pacing, looking down to the holding cells. It says, I'm not sure if they were former residents or other people who died here, but maybe we should search their bodies.
I'm gonna identify this one thing while they're doing that.
Okay. He's kind of looking to you all to.
Oh my God!
It was 18 on mine, like this.
It rolled off to the.
Yeah. I have no idea what it is. It's fine.
It's hurting your brain like a problem you can't solve right now. You need to take a break and come back to it later.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Alec is kind of like slowly like creeping forward. You see him like opening one of the doors and looking down. And
oh wow, he is.
He's like holding the torch over the body, and you immediately hear like a loud clanging sound as he like throws the torch to the ground and starts like grabbing his sword as the thing starts rising up from the cell.
Oh,
Quickly,
yeah.
you see 4 different skeletal, emaciated guards like rising up. Sorry, gentlemen, but I think I found some of the former watchers.
Hey, go close the doors real quick.
Roll initiative. Wait, don't yet. I'm gonna add you to the combat queue.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
There
Hey,
we
initiative +3. I like that.
There you go.
Ready?
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
feel free. So you can do it from the initiative tracker, I think, or your
Go
sheet.
into the initiative tracker. And I click on that button.
Oh no. Oh no. Hook. Oh, Alec's so strong and fast. Look at him go.
Only. Should I be rolling more times?
No,
No, those
Okay.
skeletons.
Oh,
it's the Skeleton Bros.
that's nice.
Alec, kind of recoiling back, drops the torch as a free action, and re-grips his greatsword as one action. He will stride forward.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
And try to like hack at the guard to the north up here. Let's see. Does that work? Oh, interesting. Okay. He's gonna swing normal. Crit fail. Okay, hold on. It's like tight corridors, jail cell, bars. He just swings this huge greatsword and clangs against the door itself. And that is pretty much it for him. He manages to hold on to the thing, but he's not in a great position right now. And the skeleton behind him, still rising up, you notice has like a curved scimitar in one hand and just like a gnarly looking skeletal claw out in the other. Just swings and swooshes with the scimitar towards Alec's back. And because they're both across from him, they are flanking him. And basically that means he's flat-footed. I think that means they get a +2. Yeah, he has a -2 on his AC essentially.
The game is also paused, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So he's gonna slash with the scimitar once, and I'm gonna give him a +2 circumstance bonus because of the flanking, which will hit.
Ooh.
And that is some slashing damage. 5 points. Slashes Alec for 5 with his first attack. Now, interestingly, scimitars are both forceful and sweeping. Forceful weapons do more damage and become more dangerous as you build momentum. So if you swoosh and swoosh and swoosh, it says when you attack with it more than once on your turn, the second attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to the number of weapon die. And each subsequent keeps going up +1. So basically, if it hits again, which it's going to try to do, it gets a +1 damage bonus, essentially.
But it still has like the -5 to hit for the next swing, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So with a second swing, +2 for the flanking just barely connects to Alec again, and does a bit more damage. Circumstance bonus +1 because of the consecutive swings. Alec takes 6 more points of damage, and because he was kind of clawing and getting his way up, that's really it for him. He only had 2 actions in addition to that, so that guy is done. Daryl, what are you doing?
Oh no! I'm gonna take a step forward. There we go. And you notice I'm really slow. Like I'm lugging around all these weapons, and you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Darrow's having a hard time. And then
So
I lob
because
a.
of that, real quick, I think you get like a -1 to all the things.
Well,
'Cause you're
dexterity based
encumbered.
checks and DCs.
You take a stats
Ranged
penalty
attack
equal
rolls.
to
Yeah.
including range attack rolls. Yeah. So
Yeah. I do it anyway.
I think I can make you clumsy. Oops, hold on.
Yeah, I'm clumsy one.
So I think I can do that. And then I don't think it auto applies anything right now. It's something that's being added soon. Oh no, it did put an effect on you.
Did? Nice.
I don't know if
Well,
it'll
I'm gonna-
automatically put the penalty in. Let's see.
So, are these? Ooh, what the? Are these things indoors, or can I see them at all?
You can see them, but they are like these are
Undercover?
jail cells.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think it'd be if you're trying to. What are you throwing at them?
Like alchemist fire.
Okay, well I can imagine that splashing against
Just
the
like, yeah, if I just like
cell
throw
bars.
one to this guy here.
Yeah, by that.
Can we do it? Double right click. Okay, there it is. Okay, alchemist
Yeah.
fire. Can strike. Oh my god, yes.
Okay.
Burst into
So-
flames.
It takes 3 damage, I think. Actually, hold on 1 second. Is that fire damage?
Yep, fire damage, and then 1 persistent fire damage, and then 1 fire splash damage. So Alec maybe get
So
cinched
okay,
by
hold
that.
on.
But also so with the guy in the cell next to him.
So here's the thing. You throw your alchemist fire and it splashes and like the little napalmy trails go everywhere, splashing onto Alec a little bit as well as the other skeleton. But you notice that it was 3 damage, right?
Yeah.
You notice that it has no effect on either skeleton
Oh no.
at all.
Dread.
Let me just see this splash. Alchemist fire. 1 persistent fire and 1 fire splash. Yeah, so Alec takes 1 point of fire damage.
So fire doesn't look like it does anything?
That's correct.
Mm.
Okay.
At least the fire that he did.
Are they have are they wearing armor?
Sort of. Yeah. They look like they were guards at one point in their life.
Okay. I put my hands together and I smash them. And the same motion that you see that I've been doing with this mage hand time and time again. It's a very similar thing. I smash my hands together, and as I pull them apart, they begin arcing. And then I throw shocking grasp in the form of my mage hand, and I'm using the new
Oh shit.
the reach spell. So all of this is flavor. And I throw it to the one to the north. Or can I see one that looks like it has the most armor? Or do they all
look
like pretty
very
evenly?
similarly. Yeah, they all look
Okay.
like they were on the same team back in
Cool.
the day.
So shocking grasp to the one to the north, directly north of Alec.
Okay.
Which is this.
Okay. That's a spell ranged attack, right?
Yep.
Well, now it is sort of. It's still a spell attack, I think, right? Spell attack roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you select the first guy, and then you should be able to click the attack action from chat to make the attack.
Yeah, but it looks like I get a +1 circumstance bonus because he's wearing armor.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So,
So
I set the default to do the pop-up just because I figured it's a lot easier for us to not forget. But if you click attack with him targeted, you should have like a place to put in different bonuses.
oh no, I did not get to do that. So add a +1 to that.
You might. Sorry, if it's from chat, you might have to shift click it. But you
okay.
you managed to connect. He's being electrocuted currently. If you would like to try to apply damage, and it's just attack roll, right?
Fuck me. And then and target also takes 1d4 persistent electrical damage on a hit.
Ooh.
Well, you see. Let me just double check. Okay. You see him like shock and like it's coursing all around his body and his armor, and it feels like for a moment like he's not feeling the attack, but he ends up taking a bit of it, and he looks fried and a little bit dazed, and so he takes persistent 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that doesn't click on until like his turn, maybe. Like when
The
does
target
it
also
proc?
takes 1d4 electrical damage on a hit. Yeah,
Oh, maybe like every time he gets hit again.
I honestly don't know how that works. Persistent damage.
Do me a favor and type like pf2e shocking grasp persistent. Like see if you can figure out the secret sauce on that. We'll move ahead for now unless you have anything else on your turn. Or that was all 3 action points, right? With the reach. Okay.
Nice.
All right. This one comes like slowly. It gets its scimitar ready. It takes a stride action, moves towards Alec. Is not getting a flanking bonus because of the way it works. Basically, he has to be able to draw from the center of his. Oops, I didn't want that. He has to be able to draw from like the center of his token to the center of an ally and have that go through like the enemy. So like the flanking doesn't apply for. But with 1 action point left, he's gonna slash at Alec here and miss. Rhaegar, what are you doing?
All right. See, where do I see my movement speed? Those.
If you mouse over your guy, you can see like the little footprints. But it's also if you double click your dude on your main sheet, it's kind of in that middle section, top right.
Okay. All right. Anyways, I thank you. I'm gonna move forward. I can go 15. So let me see. So I run up to. Oops, damn it. I run to keep up with everybody, and as I do, I pull out my javelin, and amidst my throwing, I throw it, while at the same time, this is for flavor.
As you're running towards, so just try to visualize like an old western, almost like jail cell. You've got like a small aisle down the middle, jail cells like chained together on either side. So if you were to run up here, you'd be trying to throw it through numerous iron barred cells. You could move through allies and get in front of Daryl if you wanted, or potentially take a little bit of penalty for the cover. That would make it trickier to target.
Okay, well, can I see through here? Can I see through them?
You can, yeah.
Okay. I get to, then because I didn't really see the prison cells there. As I look through them, I point and I cast Tanglefoot. Firstly, on the excited skeleton guard. Let's see, that's 30 feet.
Another Tanglefoot.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay.
So, okay, that's the first. Actually, I want to cast 2 things on him from where I am. So movement, 1, 2 cantrips.
So it depends, right? Like if you look at the
Oh,
action
that's
cost
right.
column,
Damn it. Okay.
you've only got one that's a single action point. The rest are two.
Okay. Okay. If that's the case, I still reach out and point at the excited skeleton guard.
Okay.
I see the action points now. God damn it! I'm learning so many things.
Yeah. Neat sidebar. Usually the number of action points is 1-to-1 with like the number of things you need to do to cast the spell. So if it's like 2, there's usually 2 components to it, like verbal, somatic, or material. And
Okay.
if like just like your heal, where each one, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, had all that involved. Anyway.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and point Tanglefoot at this guy.
Okay.
Still, and
so if you let's try this. If you shift click the action, mate. Oh no, I just tried it and did that. That's not real.
let's double click it.
You might have to. I don't know if you can do the.
Oops.
I'm not sure. Oh, if you did it from
Sorry
your
about that.
spell, if you did it from your token hotbar, the spells.
Oh, so okay. Okay.
Does that do anything? No.
And I see on the chat I can do the attack on him.
Yeah. Well.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that.
Okay.
You
Cool.
you hurl it cell after cell like it goes
Can't make it
sprawling through. Doesn't make it through.
Yeah, it doesn't make it through all the weed. It just makes weeds.
Yeah.
So
What'd you find on persistent?
persistent damage, so it says it appears as X persistent type of damage, where X is the amount of damage dealt. Instead of taking persistent damage immediately, you take it at the end of each of your turns, as long as you have the condition, rolling any damage dice anew each time. After you take persistent damage, roll a DC 15 flat check to see if you recover from the persistent damage. If you succeed, the condition ends. But there's also a couple other things. Persistent damage runs its course and automatically ends after a certain amount of time, like as fire burns out or electricity dies off, or blood clots, all of that stuff. And the GM determines when this occurs, but it's usually about a minute. So it's like he could take it like up to 6 times, and then it would just end on its own if he failed all of his checks.
And you said is it at the start of his turn or the end of his turn?
The end of his turn.
Okay. So you still see the electricity kind of sparking around on him, and with Alec being flat-footed against him, he is swinging at him with his scimitar again. +2.
Oof.
Ooh, and that is not a critical, but it does connect. And he's doing normal damage.
Oof.
Alec is not looking great. He takes 8 points of damage. This thing is swinging again with the scimitar. With the flanking bonus. He misses. Alec manages to just brace and block with that old greatsword, and this dumb thing is just swinging in a third time. Blocked again. Like Alec's just bracing him, and as he stops, you see the electricity sparking on him. Yep. It seems to have no effect. And that's it for him. This skeleton is trying to push out and get to Alec. Can't really get there though. And he's just kind of leaning and bumping against the exhausted skeleton stupidly as he goes. Alec kind of looks back to you all and says, "Do you want me to draw them back or hold them here? I don't know how much more I can take.
Come back. You're right
Throw
in the
them back.
middle. You're the belle of the ball right now.
What, you're such a dumbass.
Well, actually, sorry.
Well,
Before
yeah,
he does
you
that,
could've.
yeah. He stays there for a moment, and he tries to swing at the. None of that happened. He tries to swing at the electrocuted one. First with his greatsword. And he misses. He gives it one more try.
Jeez.
Oh, and he just barely connects.
That was a roller coaster of a roll. Ugh.
Okay, hold on.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Can you re-roll that? You got a hero point, right? DM? You got a hero point?
He does not. He does not. He slashes into him, and like the armor seems to absorb all of the damage as he then backs away, just past the cells, breathing heavily. I'm sorry, I tried. The skeleton starts to move out. Strides forward, weapon already in hand, targeting Daryl. It swings scimitar at you. No bonuses. Just connects.
Hits.
And you take
I'm too young to die.
4 points of damage.
Oh my god.
He swings a second time. Ooh, and I don't know how you dodging, you blocking, but either way, it's not good enough from him. It's your turn.
Oh my gosh. I pound my Dracart mutagen, pull out some strange looking concoction. Shit. It's all lumpy and shit. You're like, ooh.
Yeah.
But like scales like appear out of my skin and stuff, and I feel like I get all armadillo-y. Hey. And then I take a step back, and then I stride. I'll take the attack opportunity if it's got one.
You move back, and it just doesn't seem to notice.
Okay.
Where?
No, I can't do anything else. That's it.
Where's your Dracart mutagen? Is that an inventory item or like something else?
It was in my bandolier, and then I hit. There was a button to say drink it, and so I hit it, and then it left my bandolier, which kind of sucks. I just wanted.
Oh shit. Okay.
Which is fine. I
guess because it consumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
Yeah, like what it did.
Yeah. It's like I can add it back in, I think. Oh wow, okay. Oh, you know what? Did that auto apply stuff for you?
Did it?
I don't know.
Oh no, because my AC should. So my AC should be 21 now.
Oh, you know what it does? So I think if you put it in the chat, you can drag the effect onto your token from the chat. And then I think it gives you the stuff.
Actually, wait. I'm not gonna move then. I'm gonna drag the. Let's see, effect.
So like where it says effect Dracart? Yeah. Oh yeah, cool.
Okay.
So because your AC is currently down one from clumsy, I think it is working.
That's good. I'm not gonna back up. I am going to pull. I'm gonna drop my torch and then pull one of the silver weapons out.
Okay.
So I got a silver weapon in my hand. That's it.
Okay.
There's seriously no torch in this room. If I wait, no, I dropped it. I didn't like.
Okay, that's true.
Room, though.
We'll leave it lit. We'll leave it lit. Okay. That makes sense.
All right.
You need somebody with a light cantrip to cast that shit on one of you.
I know. I got all these dark Yeah.
Pitch.
I pull out the scroll that I just picked up, and I read through it. And as I begin scanning it, again, like it's like the energy of it seems to like lift the scroll out of my hand, and I just do, well, here it goes, and I push the center of the scroll, and it just disintegrates. And I use all 3 actions to cast magic missile at the excited skeleton guard.
Okay. I cast spell. Use your spell attack roll. So why don't you? Magic missile, I think, doesn't really have.
It's a hit.
It's just auto hit. So let me.
It auto hits. Yeah.
Let me just look something real quick. So,
You can use 1 to 3.
oh yeah, 1 to 3 actions. So
Yeah, so
but
I use all 3.
But I think reading the scroll itself, because this isn't like a spell for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it takes an action to. You activate it with a cast a spell activity. Oh, using the normal number of actions for that spell. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you're using all 3 action points to channel 3 magic missiles, similar to heal. Like this thing scales based on the number of action points you use. It automatically hits and deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage. Increase. Okay. So, who are you targeting first?
I'm targeting the dude right in front of Daryl. Oh,
Okay.
sorry, I did not. He is now clicked.
That's
if
okay.
you want to.
So he immediately takes 2 points of force damage. Same guy?
Yep.
Okay. Second one hits and he just drops down to his knees and starts like
Final bolt
whatever.
goes like it does, and then as he drops the last one right through the bars and hits the dude who's badly injured in the back.
Okay. And it's just enough to send him slumping back down into the cell. The 2 others are just still kind of.
That was cool.
Mm.
The scroll.
Yeah.
Burns and
Disintegrates.
dissipates as the magic leaves it.
Whoa.
This guy slowly walks forward past the fallen guards, fixated on Daryl.
Mm.
Sweeps with its scimitar. And your AC is 19 right now.
Yeah.
And it does not connect. Slashes a second time. And misses again. Rhaegar, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
I don't even know. I'm back up, I guess, and then I looks like they got it handled. So I act as a last line of defense, and I get my shield out and ready, and my light silver hammer.
Okay. So I think you can, if your token's clicked, you can kind of click that ray shield icon on the bottom hotbar.
Yep.
There you go. Your AC is now 19 with that out.
I think I have one more. So let's see if my movement first, like from here, if I move back a little bit behind Alec. I did put my healer's tool on my bandolier when we were resting. Does that mean I can get to it quicker?
Yeah, so that means it's like just one action to interact with it and get it out off the bandolier. But basically right now, so you've you've raised your shield. You've sort of repositioned and switched your weapon, right? So that would be it in terms of action
That's it
points,
for
I
me.
think, for this round.
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta hit the button.
Please do. All right, that guy is very much dead.
If that's all my moves, then I'm just gonna move back.
Okay.
Then.
Okay. This guy moves in up behind the exhausted-looking skeleton, but can't press forward. Alec. Oh boy, he pulls out a javelin.
Ooh.
So let's see. Great sword sheathed, javelin out. I feel like he'd have one action left to throw the javelin. He's gonna do that. Oh, that is definitely a crit.
Oh, come on. What does it do? What does the javelin do when it crits?
Well, he doesn't have the, like we learned earlier, he doesn't have the
Shit.
specialization. So he hurls this thing for 6 damage, and
But that's a double?
that was, oh wait, sorry. That was not a double. It gets one more d6. Actually, let me double check something. Critical on this. So it's 2 dice plus 8, so it is doubled on that. Okay, so 14 damage.
Nice.
And this thing, it just punches through, true to the token art, and this thing just drops and is very much down for the count. And just, it's difficult terrain right there now across these guys with the skeletal bodies wearing armor. And that's it for Alec. Daryl. Daryl on drugs.
Yeah, I step forward and I battle axe it to the face.
Okay. So basically, you would have to use a step, which is like you can take a 5-foot action over because it's
shit.
just like piles of difficult terrain. So I mean, it's
Step is
fine.
back.
Like, yeah, you're able to do that. You swing with a 14. It's not quite enough to connect and do anything significant to the skeleton.
Okay.
You still have one more action point, I think.
Yep. Let's do it again.
So that's with the.
And I'm gonna
penalty.
do. Where? Oh, it's not under the quick. Hang on.
It should be. So if you do, are you looking at the hotbar up top?
I'm looking
There's-
strike, but then battle axe doesn't have like the map 5 on it.
Oh, you know why?
Oh no, there it is. It's just +2. Like yeah.
Yeah, your bonus is so high because of the Viking thing. And you miss.
Slice.
Clink, clink, clink.
Oh,
Pitch.
Let me just read something real quick. I want to try because we haven't done this before, and this just sounds like fun. Actually, this makes no sense to do against a skeleton. I'll save it for later. I'm going to use. I just pull one of the pellets that I would normally fire from a slingshot. I hold it up in my hand, and then I shoot it right over Daryl's shoulder using the telekinetic projectile at the last dude there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll. I guess it's a fail.
Just barely miss.
This seems so high.
And then I am going to pull out javelins.
Okay. So your telekinetic projectile was 2 action points, so you just use your third one to take out
pull
the gems.
stuff out.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool. That guy is. I don't know if I can worry about it later. Rhaegar, leaning against the back desk. What are you doing? Oh, you're muted.
I'm used to all these pillages. So while they're doing that, I just kind of, this is like a desk. Is this a desk? Is there keys and shit over here? What's over here? A search
Okay.
or whatever.
Yeah, make a using
Yep.
search.
Gonna.
I think you can.
Actions,
It's-
searching.
Give
It's
me a
under, yeah.
perception check.
Oh, perception check? Okay, I can do that too.
The
Maybe
search
I can do
action,
it.
I think it would feed off of it.
Yeah, I was gonna give. You want me to do this? I can do that. Which one did you want me to do?
Yeah, that works. Perception check. Okay. You're kind of looking behind the desk, the counter here. You don't really spot anything. Like it looks like this place, at least this desk area, has been kind of looted clean. There's like a couple small books here and there, but like nothing that's very legible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I look down and then I look up and continue watching with what's happening in prison. What I can see is just a bunch of shoulders.
Okay. This guy in front of Daryl just claws once at you with its left arm.
Daryl.
Definitely connects.
Fuck.
You take 5 points of damage.
Daryl, no.
You don't have anything else protecting you from that, right? Okay.
Nope.
It takes the right arm up, second attack of the round with the scimitar, and slashes once.
Daryl.
Misses with your whatever your new
right.
form. It just absorbs the blow. And it goes for it on a third strike. Misses again.
Crap, dude.
Alec hurls another javelin at this thing through the crowd. It's gonna have a little bit of a penalty for that. And misses. He's gonna try once more. Misses.
Wow.
Fuck. Daryl, you're up.
Battle axe, come on! Shit!
Clink. Nope.
Battle axe again!
Clink. Nope.
Oh, I stride back. Oh, I'm scared. That's it.
Pinch.
I do. This is ridiculous, and I don't even. I don't know if it is it an action to just drop the javelin that
It's
I have
free
in my
action.
hand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I just like as Daryl runs back, I hold my hands up in front of my face, and as I do so, they begin to extend. The nails begin to extend into very long points, and I do. I guess I'm gonna have to get you myself. So I use dragon claws.
Oh.
And I'm gonna charge it and attack it.
Okay.
Oh my god, do it.
Yeah, I run and I like jump onto the body, and just rake down with claws. I don't.
Finesse unarmed attack. So it's basically like an unarmed attack. So if you use your fist just for the to hit.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
That definitely, yeah, you kind of rake across this thing. And so it says you do 1d4 plus 1d6. So I think if you click the damage for your unarmed strike. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. I don't know if you can add to damage for some reason. Oops. What did you roll? I clicked one and you clicked one. I was just trying to test something. Sorry.
I'm not sure because I thought I rolled a 2, but then in the thing it says 3.
I think that's mine. Yeah, I deleted the 2. So we'll go with the 2, and then you also have the 1d6 extra. If you want to just roll a d6 from the
Oh, I'm
dice
sorry.
roller, maybe.
I didn't have him selected. That's my bad. And it is electrical damage that courses through it. So it's like I like rake it across and then I stab it into its body and electricity does and like zaps through its entire body.
So this thing seems to absorb both.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did just use my focus spell, and I think that I have a thing that activates.
Oh.
The
Well,
blood magic.
I'm not sure if the blood magic triggers on that or not, or if it's.
I have no
only
idea how
on-
it activates at all.
You gain whenever you cast non-cantrip spell you gain from heritage or an ancestry feat in addition to the normal.
I mean, that's
We'll go with it for now. I feel like it should, but I don't know for sure. I know your True Strike bloodline does, but this seems like it should as well. So yeah, you would get that benefit, which is, I think, +1 AC to you or a target of your choice.
yeah, definitely to me.
So I will remember you have +1 AC. Okay. Rhaegar? You're muted, I think.
Yeah, I see Daryl running back, and I say, "Is everything all right, Daryl?"
There's one of them left, and I'm bleeding.
And then I look over to Pitch, and from my distance, it looks like Pitch is handling it. Looks like Pitch he's going just fine. Is there a door at the end of that hallway? Or is that as far as we can see? Or is that a wall? I can't tell if that's as far as we can see.
It is a wall. Yeah, it looks like this closed off room.
Yeah, you got that.
Gosh.
You guys got that. All right.
Oh, they got it.
I just kind of take a close, like, I mean, let's see, how far is that for me to walk?
You can
I can
stride,
go here.
You can go up to your entire move in one stride.
So 15.
Action. So 25.
Oh, 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, get that off here. All right. Well, I just reconvene. Shield up. Still raised.
Okay.
If I need to hit that anymore, I don't know. Did that undo it?
That undid it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm doing. Oh, I see it now. I see the icon. Okay. I take a couple steps closer. And I say, well, looks like that we're good. Oh, is it my turn? I'll see an end turn button, but I'm ending turn.
Okay. Okay. The skeleton with Pitch in front of him, and you Pitch have +1 AC. This thing tries clawing at you once, so your AC should be 18. Misses on the first one. Swings with his scimitar twice. Penalty is still enough to connect on that scimitar strike for. You take 5 points of damage slashing. And he's going to swing with the scimitar a second time. Third strike. Misses. Alec, with a little bit less in front of him, takes a step forward and tries to throw the javelin past you. Just a little bit of a penalty. Misses. And he's going to throw one more.
10, 15.
And it just barely connects. Whoa, and it does a small amount of damage to this very open skeletal body. Daryl, what are you doing?
Gosh, I'm gonna quick alchemy, make a elixir of life, and then drink it.
Okay.
I think that's 2 actions, right? Quick
Quick
Alchemy is
a
1,
single action,
and then drink it.
and then drink it would be 1. Yeah.
Okay, so
And,
then I have another action. So let's see. That is an elixir of life. D6 hit points. Yay! I
Okay.
get 2 hit points back.
I think I can just
and
plus 2 you.
plus 1.
There you go.
Yeah, and then plus 1 saving throws to disease and poison for 10 minutes. That's cool.
Nice.
And then I try to hand my silver mace to Rhaegar. Hey, I think it needs silver. Take it. It's yours. You're muted.
Oh, is that what it needs?
Maybe.
Friendly,
Cool.
friendly reminder that you can use an action point to recall knowledge, enemies, creatures.
Pitch said it like a minute ago.
And they also have armor, which is why it's not doing any damage.
Oh wow.
So it's like it negates the first like 5 points of damage, which is why it barely hits. I'm gonna fist strike it again.
Okay. You connect. With a success.
So I guess my question is all this damage applies at once, right? It's not like
no. Well, it applies, but it's 2 different types, right? The claw itself is its own slashing damage die, and then there's like an electric shock that comes out as its own different type of damage.
All right.
So you see that he fully absorbs that and that.
Cool. I hit him again.
You connect.
This is fun.
Absorbs both.
All right. I'm going in. And let me have at him. And I step up like a lamb to the slaughter. As I step up, I got my shield raised. I go in there, and I swing this light hammer of. Actually, I'm going to use this silver flail.
Okay.
Or can I use that in this area? I don't. It makes no sense in this small area. I'm going to go with my hammer. I'm going with my hammer. It makes more sense. It's a light hammer. It's tiny. Don't laugh at it. I'm going to bring it out. Kind of reminds me of my Narwhal's horn. I try and strike down on this fool. Silver hammer. Let's see where the fuck is this thing? Light silver hammer.
Oof. Yeah. You miss on the first strike.
Do it again. Because this is why we're here.
Ding, ding, ding. This thing is just
almost useless.
It's just like a skeletal rib cage covered in dented armor at this point.
Oh yeah, I gotta hit this button.
I mean, is armor anything like shields where like it damages over time and breaks and shit, or is that like not a thing?
You have to use like specific abilities to like bash and damage it. There are other elements at play. If somebody wants to use an action point or 2 to examine this thing to figure out why it's so difficult, learning Pathfinder, I'm gonna say that's a pro tip.
Yeah, that's a pro tip.
There's a whole thing devoted to it.
It swings its scimitar at Rhaegar.
With my shield up. Shield
with
block.
Your shield up. But it's still enough to connect. So with the scimitar, you can use a reaction to absorb. You've got 5 damage. Well, I shouldn't tell you that, but in this case, I will. You got 5.
I mean, I was planning on blocking.
Okay, so use your reaction to shield block. I'm curious. I'm gonna try clicking this shield block on you. Okay, it doesn't really actually do anything. So, shield's hardness is 3.
Good.
So it absorbs 3 of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then both you and the shield take 2 damage. So I'm going to knock your shield health down to 10 and you down to 25.
Okay.
So that's how that works.
Sweet.
That is attack number 1. It's swinging a second time with the scimitar, gaining momentum with the weapon. With your shield up, it's just enough to completely block, just barely, the second strike. And a third one, because it's a mindless skeleton, and it gets a -1,
fail.
is a critical fail. Its scimitar just clangs off your shield and drops down on the ground between the two of you.
Oh my god! That's a secret.
Alec,
It has to be disarmed.
With not many javelins left, throws one more at the thing. And just barely connects.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
the skeleton, it just flies right through the open skeletal ribs for
Knocks one
no
of the-
damage.
No.
He throws his last javelin.
Right through where the heart would be.
Yep, and it just goes over the thing. Fucking shit. Daryl.
I'm going to recall knowledge about it.
So what kind of knowledge?
Arcana?
Okay.
I mean, does it have to be knowledge that I'm trained in? Because I got there's occultism and religion and stuff. But I'm not trained in those.
It's fine if you want to use Arcana. I'm just changing my DC based on your choice.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yes. I recall knowledge Arcana.
That's 1 action point. Why don't you make an Arcana check for that?
Okay, just for the Arcana. Okay, fucking spit that out. Fuck.
16. Okay. You think back to some of your studies, or maybe just things you've heard, but you know that risen dead like this are inherently resistant to all manner of cold, electricity, fire, piercing, and slashing. And out of character, just because we're all learning stuff.
Yes.
Creatures who have a resistance to different things ignore the first X number of points of damage from that damage type every attack.
Right.
Unless you have something that pierces through that.
Yes.
If you want to continue your deep think here, you could try to make another recall knowledge about silver weapons, or someone else could if you wanted to. But I feel like that would be a separate check in itself.
Yeah, I'll do a recall knowledge about maybe use religion about silver weapons. Okay. I don't know. Is that or unless it falls under Arcana in this world? I don't know.
It could. I mean, in my mind, you can pick different things, and depending on the source
werewolf
and the target,
it's well, that's vaguely related, but it's obviously not a werewolf. I don't know if that would be an occultism or religion or Arcana.
I like the occultism. I could see Arcana working, but the DC might be a little bit higher.
Let's see about occultism knowledge.
Okay. You don't believe silver would have any special effect against this type of skeleton.
I shout out, just use your maces, use big bludgeoning weapons. It's immune to everything else. 2
action points down for your big brain moments there.
Yeah, did I pitch? Actually, Rhaegar, did you take my silver mace?
I didn't know how to take it, but I have a hammer.
Okay, that's good.
Silver.
All right, and I give the silver mace to Pitch. That way, everyone has silver bludgeoning weapons.
There you go. You did hear me say you don't think silver has any effect, but bludgeoning does.
Yeah. Well, we just
look
yeah.
And they shine.
I just kind of shrug it off, like, nah, that's fine.
You drop it. It's my turn.
With my super long fingernails, it's hard to grab anything. Funny that if
Cracknail.
I didn't do my cool ability and just use my fists, I would have killed them. But there you go. I pick up my javelins, which I'm sure is probably an action. I hand 3 of them to what's his fuck, and then I throw one of them at that bad thing.
Okay. You connect. And it does no damage.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. I'm gonna same attack, but I'm gonna take my hammer. I'm gonna backhand it with my light silver sparkly hammer, soft metal,
Okay.
blunt an object, or double right click a Bringo.
Oh, you definitely connect.
A Bringo. Is there a way I can like double the damage somehow? Oh, there is. Oh no, there isn't. Sorry.
Oh,
Not for this stuff.
that's yeah.
There was. I was thinking. Okay, and then all right. Sorry.
Well, yeah, if you got a crit success.
Damage. Yeah.
You smash this thing for 6 points of damage, and it immediately drops down dead.
Its head just flies off backwards.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get out of here.
Alex, like, Jesus. He's kind of picking over the
Yeah, good call.
small mounds of skeletons, trying to get his javelins back. Well, I thought my sword was all I really needed, but that hammer looks pretty useful. He's just moping behind you.
Oh wait, let me see if I can address his wounds.
Yeah,
I see him limping.
He's
He doesn't look
scratched
good.
and clawed, limping a bit.
That's more than just a flesh wound. Let me take a look at it.
He sets his greatsword down on the countertop behind him.
I get my holly and mistletoe out.
I'd appreciate it.
I'm sure, like Daryl, who's more from the science side of things, is like, what the fuck is he doing? It's witchcraft. And I try to tend his wounds. So, a medicine, right? Let's see.
Medicine check, yeah.
A medicine.
Dude.
Oh boy. So treat wounds. Critical failure. I need you to roll 1d8.
There you go, buddy.
You inflict 4 points of damage while trying to get beneath the ornamental ancestral armor he's
Who's
wearing.
allergic to mistletoe?
God.
Tell me who's allergic to mistletoe. I've never met anybody.
I thought you knew what you were doing. I didn't realize I was allergic to mistletoe. And he's like rubbing like the gashed, flared wound where you've tried to apply, and he's not looking great.
Yeah, I just give him a knowing look and then pass him the last healing potion I have.
What's that? What's the heal on that?
It's a minor healing potion.
Did you say
one
the
d8?
last
I guess.
healing potion you had? Did you mean that you had more than? You have more than one?
Do you want?
Used to.
Do you want to roll the d8, or do you want Alec to roll the d8?
I don't care.
Okay.
Roll it. Okay.
He gets those 4 hit points back
Perfect.
that
Thanks, dude.
Oh
he
my god.
he lost from the wound tree.
Oh my god. What the?
Well,
I love it.
I don't know about you all, but I could surely put my feet up for a little bit if we're gonna keep exploring this place.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a camp not too far outside, or we could try to hole up somewhere in one of these rooms.
We're back to square zero.
It's only about an hour away. I could lead you to my camp, or we could stay here. Your call. I don't care. I'm so tired. My armor's feeling real heavy right now.
We have to find the navigator. The navigator's somewhere in this castle. We can't just leave him.
He wasn't one of them, was he? And he kind of points to the 4 clearly very old dead guards.
Is any of them a halfling?
Not at all.
No, we're looking for a little one, a tiny halfling.
Christ. Well,
We
I'm
can
still
probably
looking for-
camp out for a little while. I'm sure little halfling will be fine for a bit.
That's terrible. He could be suffering, starving, and bleeding out in the cold.
Little
Yeah, but
guy.
we could also die in the process of trying to save him, and then that's not
Oh,
helpful to anybody.
who said any of us were gonna die? There's Alec next to me.
Yeah, right. None of us are dying here.
Right, Alec? And I smack him on the back like a.
We're simply seeking.
Okay.
We are seeking.
We could take a short rest.
I'm just kidding. Where are we going? I'm just fucking around now.
Well, okay. Are we closing the door and hanging out here with these bodies, so that maybe the bat, or do you want me to take you to my camp?
How far is away your camp?
It's over an hour away.
No, we'll stay here.
All right. Well, maybe we should.
I like Daryl's idea.
You wanna? I mean, there was something kind of nice about that bat room. At least it was big and open, but there were a lot of doors. This
Good call.
there's only one way in. We could. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. We should go to the bat room.
Yeah. The bathroom?
Yeah.
It's on the right.
Guano.
Guano room.
Okay.
I go to that bat and I start to like hack at its wing.
Got to use all the parts of the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Alec closes the door behind him.
I create a hammock.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep watch right here with the door like cracked open slightly, so that way I can see the outside.
Okay.
Like I want to be able to see, like if anybody comes through, like this area down here.
Okay. Yeah, where the open wall is over the rat mounds. All right.
I'll keep watch. I'll stay here so I can kind of watch out these peepholes or these these slots are.
Okay. So you start setting yourself up here. Pitch, you doing anything of note? Or you just kind of getting cozy?
My fingernails retract somewhat painfully, and then yeah, just sit there. I'll try to identify that crystal thing again.
Okay. Why don't you make that's a pretty short exercise.
Nothing.
I used all my good rolls missing that guy.
I stole my girl stabbing that guy.
Yeah, your medicine check does not prove to be beneficial, Daryl, and your pitch, that was what were you trying to identify again? The crystal?
Yeah, whatever crystal that was.
You still can't make heads or tails. You feel like you'll get there with a little more
It's
time
dark in here
studying it.
too. It's tough to see.
It's real dark. It's real dark.
Darkness doesn't bother me.
Feels like a good cliffhanger-ish point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good cliffhanger.
All right. You make yourself cozy in the clerk's chambers, we'll call it, and try to get a little rest. Try to mend any wounds you can. Spend a little time keeping an eye out. Maybe you'll take turns. We'll come back to watch duties and things like that at the beginning of next time on. Alec feels pretty confident that there's still more to this keep to explore if it's his great-great-great-granddaddy's place that he thinks it might be. And he also mentioned before that he thinks there's some lower level crypt here, but whether it was the cave-in or what, you've yet to find any indication of a way down to a lower level.
Yeah, wait, didn't he also say this might not even be the right island that
He
my
did.
keep is on?
He did say that.
What the fuck?
He's on quite the excursion. Fucking Magellan.
As you're sort of all a bit delusional and tired, he kind of lets loose that it's like, yeah, I'm just an amateur, which if somebody wants to make like a society check, you all could.
Yeah. I wouldn't even dare. I don't care.
I'm not trained in society at all.
You don't have to be trained in it.
Oh,
Society's like what you might just know from hearsay and
I hope mine's
social
low.
cues,
Oh yeah, good. Mine's low by default.
living in the world.
Oops.
Rigor's
I didn't mean to hit it twice. It just was lag.
Yeah, that's right.
Just treat that as my role.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the 13.
Daryl, you hearing a lot of things in the kitchen, in your various moments of employ. You know that an armiger is like a neophyte, a recruit to these seekers. But he lets loose. He's like, yeah, I'm just an amateur, and the training was only going so. They told me to take a bit of an extended leave of absence, so I've taken this time to seek out my roots. And
Wait.
you start
Leave of
Yeah.
absence.
That's right.
Is this a forced leave of absence?
No, my one of my superiors mentioned that Stagram was a proud name in the original Seekers in a time long ago, and they encouraged me to seek out the roots of my grandfather.
Okay.
And they even allowed me as a armature to wear this ornamental armor representing the old ways of the Seekers. I did some digging and found out that somewhere in the northwestern territories there was an island where my grandfather held station at one of these keeps. I'm pretty sure it's this one.
The
Kinda,
north.
he has a very proud air about him while he's telling you this. I think if we keep looking deeper through this place, I'm sure we'll find something. And
Yeah,
maybe your
you're not
friend,
wrong.
your halfling friend. And he's like sitting down. He's taking his armor off, because as we all know, that if you sleep in your armor, can't get rest like that. So he's slowly trying to unclasp, the breastplate and the shoulder pads. He's taking these things off and trying to make himself cozy. Let me just rest for a little bit now. I'll take one of the watches after I've had my fill. I promise. And he's like 20, I don't know how long it takes, 15, 20 minutes. He's getting all that stuff off, and as soon as that last piece is off, he's starting to doze off, leaning against one of the desks or the tables here. And unless anyone has anything specific they need to get out there, can pick up next time on here in the cozy chambers.
Cozy bat chambers.
Cozy guano chambers.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Use all of the bat.
All of it.
I'm in my hammock, my Batwing hammock.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Lovely.
I did not know what to do in that jail cell room because I didn't want to incur a penalty by being in the back. I just thought I've noticed that the penalties on attacks are so harsh
Yeah.
that it just didn't seem worth it to me at all.
There could be critical failures, and you hit a friend.
Yeah,
It's true. That's true. Yep. Yeah, there was some natural cover there between all of the allies stacked up, but also trying to throw things through numerous layers of jail cell bars. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Like, you know, you speaking is free. You know, maybe there's situations. I almost feel like you got to let your Gloomhaven kick in a little bit. Like maybe it makes sense to fall back to a choke point that's advantageous to multiple people, and maybe calling for some formation shifts.
Dude. And then the remembering of the what was it called, Daniel, that you
Call
did?
knowledge.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
I know we should remember like 1,000 times, but
I know. Well, like I'll probably be a slightly more heavy-handed with like things you could do like that just while we learn stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to take like I want you to own tactical decisions, but I think there's only so much you can do in that realm until you know the core gameplay. So maybe let it go on a little too long, but I think we all know now that certain creatures might have resistances to things, and they could be a real motherfucker, even though they don't have a lot of hit points. It was like the equivalent of a Gloomhaven monster that had ridiculous shield, but not a lot of hit points. That was very much those guys.
That's cool. I haven't seen that since like D&D 3.5.
Yeah.
Like, slashing and bludgeoning actually matter.
It was
so
pretty frustrating.
Yes, I know. Right. Yeah, type of damage can apply, and then also like elemental stuff can, like, they definitely had clearly some resistances to some of it. And like your persistent shock was never going to be high enough to penetrate that.
Yeah, it's like
baseline.
There's nothing else I could do. Like I literally pulled out everything that I had within my power. Like, I don't know. It's frustrating to feel like you are hitting, but it doesn't do anything, like, at all. Nothing. It's like, okay, I don't know what to do anymore.
Your end feeling wasn't wrong, where like you almost want to go into like prison fight where you all just start like surrounding and bashing it with like unarmed attacks, because you're correct. Like, you could literally bludgeon the shit out of that thing, and even give each other like flanking bonuses to hit, like if you had kind of let them sort of shamble their way out of the prison cells, choke point a bit more into the open corridor. But I know there's going to be a couple moments of frustration, but hopefully we just use those as learning launch pads.
Opportunities.
I'll try to find a good balance of
It's weird when the choice is do an unarmed strike or use your cool ability, and the answer is don't do the cool thing, do the non-cool thing. It's just a weird way to think about it.
Yeah. But every creature is very different.
And that one was stupid.
Yeah, just imagine if it could actually hurt us. We would have all died from a little skeleton.
Dude, I'm just glad it wasn't a flying, flaming skull.
Yeah. With fireball?
With fireball.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about.
All right, dudes.
Yeah, GG. Thanks, man.
GG.
GG's.
There it is.
Catch you guys later.
Don't be too bad at me.